Hello, everyone. Before we get started on this week's episode, just a quick word that YouTube, in all its infinite wisdom, has decided that some of the Die Party games are now not suitable for advertising. It doesn't mean a whole lot for the content. I'm not going to censor the videos in any way, but if you'd like to lend your support so that Die Party can continue to grow, please check out the Patreon or subscribe on the Twitch channel. Enjoy the episode. Why, hello everybody. Welcome to the hottest fucking night in existence. Not really, but it's a hot one. Welcome to Die Party Noose, weekly Deadlands Reloaded role-playing experience where everyone gets to play as cowboys and children. Yeah, so we're back for another week of this hot, sticky mess. Now, listen guys, I want to talk about some stuff real quick. All right, real quick before we get to the introductions, I want to talk about some stuff. So I've been playing some games recently. Two, in fact. The first one I want to talk about is the original Deus Ex. Okay, let me put this out.
You went back.
I went back in time. That game is not what I fucking remember it being. Right? That game, I remember it being.
So?
Oh, okay, so I remember it being like open world. I remember it being not so much open world, but like, let's say you were a dude attempting to solve a problem, right? You could choose what side you wanted to fall on. You could choose how you approach it. You could do the stealthy option. You could do the loud option. You could do non-lethal, lethal, all that sort of shit, right? That game feels like a corridor which has branching paths. For some reason, remember there being a lot more freedom in it, but that game is pretty much railroad from start to finish. Aside from the fact that there is like maybe a hallway that's different if you have a higher hacking prowess. Or like, for example, nothing is ever locked off to you if you don't have the right skills in that game, right? If you don't have any hacking skills and there's a room that only you can get into if you can hack a computer, oh look, there's a password the next room over that does it for you, right? Like it's very weird in that regard. I remember it being a lot more like, you know.
You were playing an updated, like, a weird mod, though, right?
No, I'm playing just the patch. It's just a texture patch, basically. Adds a lot more, like, you know, in a hallway, in a hotel, they just add more pot plants and that sort of shit, right? They just populate the world with more props and that sort of shit. And, you know, actually give it textures and stuff like that, too. So, not really much has changed in terms of content. But I just remember, like, because as a teenager, I came into that game, I was like, yeah. It left an impression with me, which sort of guided my likes and dislikes for gaming for a while. But as a teenager, I never actually finished it. And right now, I'm in, like, the last throes of that game. And honestly, it's just kind of like, okay, well, it's a shooter now. You know, like, I'm walking the hallways with a silenced pistol, popping motherfuckers, and that's pretty
when I
much
played
the
it.
experience.
I played Deus Ex Revision.
Yeah.
I don't know if that's the one you played.
No, I'm playing Give Me Deus Ex.
Okay. I wonder if there's a noticeable difference between Revision and Give Me Deus Ex.
Maybe. I don't know. It's mostly like featured around like they added mantling. I think that was the only different thing they added in the game. Like, you know, instead of having to like stack boxes or whatever, you can just kind of like climb on top of the big box. Yeah, that's about the only real change that they made as far as I'm concerned. But for some reason I remember like, you know, UNATCO and like the terrorist. For some reason in my mind I remember being able to choose between whether you wanted to be like on the good side or the bad side of the game. Right? You can't even do that in the game. It's just like, yep, here you go. This is the thing that you do now.
Yeah, you can.
No, you can't. Like right at the I'm assuming right at the end there's like a choice. But like in the actual game, right? You when your brother like tells you, okay, look, find this information about UNATCO and make a decision. I was like, oh, okay, cool. In order to pass that level, you need to do what your brother wants, which is to say, leave UNATCO. So
yeah,
you can't
that's
ever.
what I did last playthrough.
Yeah, you can't ever change that. That's the only way going forward.
Yeah.
So That's what kind of like set me on this tangent, because I'm just like, man, that actually disappointed me, because I remember it being so much more than that when I was a kid. But you know,
It was interesting watching you play, because like you went like you stayed with UNATCO for the stuff that I saw of it. I went like full fuck the government,
straight
join
away.
the terrorists. Yeah.
And maybe like the only option was that I held on longer than I could than whatever the game said. But like, yeah, literally, when it came down to making a decision, I didn't get to make a decision. You know, like that's kind of what pissed me off the most about it. Yeah. And then when you like, and then because I have finished Invisible War, right? I have actually won from start to finish that game, and that game is like, yo, the moment you get into the open world, it's like, okay, which fucking faction you joining? Huh? You know, which one you doing? And like, the choice is there from the very beginning, right? And maybe that's colored what I was thinking about this game. So I don't know. And the other one I want to talk about is Vampire.
Yes.
The new release that came out yesterday. So
the Telltale, or not Telltale, Stranger. Basically Telltale, but with maybe a little bit more gameplay.
Yeah, I would play a fucking Telltale Vampire game. It'd probably be pretty garbage, but can you imagine a World of Darkness Telltale game?
Who is it?
Billy Hawkins will remember that.
Oh, the Life is Strange devs.
It's Life is Strange devs. Yeah, the Don't Nod guys, yeah. And so here's the thing about this game, okay? I went into it thinking, okay, it's going to be like a corridor shooter, like kind of like Vampire the Masquerade is, right? Where like you go to different like small areas and it's like a hub, and then you just do side quests in that hub, and then you move to the next hub, sort of thing. It's not like that. It's a fully open world, 100% open world. And you start as you're a doctor who gets turned into a vampire. I mean, that's pretty obvious. And this world has its own vampire rules. So like crucifixes hurt you, and as a vampire, you can see the blood condition of the people that you feed on or whatever. So here's a couple of rules, hard and fast. First, you feed on someone, they die. Okay? If you drain them of their vitae or whatever they fucking call it in the game, they just die. It's a level experience game.
Well, does that have consequences? Killing people?
I'll get into that in a second.
Oh, okay, all right.
So you level up in the game by doing combat and exploring. You get experience points for doing that. Now, let's say you need the cheapest one, the experience thing that you can get is 300, and killing a dude gives you 10 experience points. Now, imagine you start in like this little bubble, right? This little bubble around a hospital, and the moment you step outside that bubble, you start fighting like vampire hunters and ghouls and other shit, right? Streets of London's are fucked up, yo. Now, imagine you go down an alleyway and then all of a sudden you're level 8 and you're fighting a thing that's level 20. Just like that. And it like one hits you and it kills you. Right? So you're thinking, oh, okay, I'll come back here and do this later. The thing is, there's a side quest that you get at the very beginning of the game, and this is the same for all the side quests, that leads you down that alleyway. So in order to do a very like 2 hours in side quest, you need to be like above level 18 or whatever to compete with these creatures. So there was a long period of the game for about 5 hours. I was just fucking bashing my head against the wall. And I was like, what the fuck, man? Because the other thing about this game is the way that you get XP fast is by feeding on NPCs and killing them. So you get 10 experience points for killing a bad guy. You get about 4,000 experience points by feeding on an NPC.
Really?
And those NPCs are dead. Now, these same NPCs, there's 60 NPCs in the game, right? 60 of them about, roughly. Probably a few more. And those NPCs, every single one of them has a story. Every single one of them has probably quests. Every single one of them affects other NPCs. And every single one of them is inside of their own little region. And if you kill one of those ones in a region, it affects the region as a whole.
That sounds awesome.
Yes. Now, the thing is, every single NPC that you have has like a vitae level. Now, if you talk to them and socialize with them, you will find out hints about what they really are and what they really think. And the moment you work out more of that stuff, the value of what their blood is worth when you feed on them goes up. The other thing that you do as well, as a doctor, you can see their problems with them. So let's say they have like migraine, or they have tuberculosis, whatever that fucking disease
Tuberculosis?
is. That's the one, yes. You can cure that, and then they get better, and their blood is worth more experience points to you when you feed on them. So the entire game is you navigating this open world to like feed on people, but in order to feed on them and get the most from them, you need to fatten them up like cows, and then feed on them when they're ripe.
That's pretty interesting.
It's fucking weird, but it's at the same time, it's like you can't really do a whole lot of stuff. On top of that, it's got a crafting element in the game where you craft weapons and shit, and craft medicines, and it's open world, and there's looting mechanics in there as well. There's shops. You can kill shopkeepers. Like, it's fucking weird, dude. It is so weird, and it took me so long to get into it. It's like a mix of Bloodborne and Fallout 3 when you can kill all the NPC quest givers and shit.
Huh.
It is so weird. The combat is also fucking brutal as hell, too. Like, it's really hard to do anything with it.
So you've played about, what, 6-7 hours of it
Yeah,
so
about
far?
6-7 hours, roughly.
So do you, at this point, do you think it's something that would be, it's only $40, right?
Something
It's
like
not
that.
it's not like a full,
It's hard for me to tell because
no.
I use zlotys over here, so when I look at something, it's like, yeah.
But it's not like a full price AAA game, right? From what I remember.
I don't know. You're gonna have to look that up on Steam because it's on Steam.
I think it's like $40 if I remember correctly, because I put it on.
$65.99 in Canada, so I think it's full price.
Really?
Actually, maybe slightly less than full price, maybe like a 50.
Yeah. I remember. Yeah, I think it was like $49.99 or something like that. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Well, I mean, is it worth that, or is it like?
Well, let me just say this: it's very. So here's the thing. On one hand, the combat is fucking ridiculously hard at the beginning of the game. I struggled with it, and I'm normally pretty good at these sorts of things, and I can sort of like. So the way that I got around it was by like basically just frenzy leveling up my stamina so that I actually have, because it's like a stamina management combat system like Dark Souls or something like that.
Okay.
It looked a little slow in the trailers that I watched. It looked like you had to be really deliberate, like you're doing your thing now.
Yep. So there's a thing in the game where like, okay, you have blood magic and whatever. The way that you get blood back is you can get weapons that give you blood back when you hit people, or you can feed on people in the actual combat, but it doesn't kill them like it kills the NPCs. You're basically just filling up your blood pool. And the way that you get you make people, you make it so that you can feed on them is to stun them. They have a stun meter. So the first time you stun them, it's really easy. It's like 2 hits to stun them. But every time you use your stun attack, which is normally like an offhand weapon, so left click to attack with your main weapon, which does damage. Right click to use your offhand weapon, which stuns people. You stun them, then you feed on them, and you get like maybe like a quarter of your blood bar up, right? Then when they get unstunned, the next time you try and stun that same person in combat, it takes like 6 hits to stun them, because they get like more resilient to being stunned the more you do it to them. And that's the only way to feed in the game. The only way to fill your blood pool, by the way. But as a vampire, you're very strong. You have like you can hit 1 and you take a little bit of blood to heal most of your hit bar back. But at the same time, things like fire and like they have this concept in the game called aggravated damage, which is to say that as a vampire, you take like, if someone like stabs you through the fucking chest, which happens quite a lot, or they hit you with a flaming stick and you go on fire or whatever, you take this thing called aggravated damage, which permanently reduces your HP bar until you...
So like Vampire the Masquerade, right?
A little bit, until you use like blood to like heal yourself back up over the top. But you can naturally heal up to the top of where your HP bar is currently at. So aggravated damage will reduce it down, but you can automatically heal up by feeding on them or whatever. But, you know, the only way that you can heal that aggravated damage is by pumping blood, basically. So the combat's like kind of deep in a weird way, but at the same time, it's super aggravating because the world doesn't level up with you. So you can walk into an area where they're just like, yo, you went to the wrong neighborhood, motherfucker, and you can just get fucking kicked so hard in the dick. It's kind of glorious in the same way, but at the same time, I'm sitting there and I'm just like, you really get this mentality in your mind where you're just like, I want to fucking get everything I can out of this dude before I eat him. Because if I don't, then I'm missing content, which gives me experience points. But at the same time, here's the other thing too, right? You can... So they have this thing in the game called hints, which is where, like, it's the version of domination in the game. Like, let's say you learn something about someone that's a truth. You can use your vampire powers to make them talk about that, right? And let's say you talk to them about that. And then you say the wrong thing. Let's say it's a bad guy, right? He's a bad dude. He's part of whatever, a gang or something like that. And he's the like, you're like, you learned a hint that he murdered a dude. And you're just like, you go up to him and you say, I know you murdered this man. Tell me why you did it, right? And then he'll be like, yeah, sure, I fucking murdered him because he kicked my dog. And then you're just like, look, I don't appreciate you murdering people in my town. And then he'll turn around and say, fuck you, that's bad, right? And then that hint, that piece of information that you know about that dude will permanently reduce his blood down because you got the connection about what that hint was about wrong permanently. Now, the other thing that's worth pointing out in this game, it's not a save scumming game at all because literally everything you do, it saves the game. So if you make a decision... this is why I'm so averse from like just like being like fuck it, let's eat everyone, because you can't go back. That's the thing. You make a decision, it's fucking permanent, and it's kind of like glorious in a way because it's. But at the same time, I was really aggravated over the combat system for the longest time.
It sounds like an open world game that actually has some replay value.
Yeah, 100%. Because the other thing is too, like if you feed on enough people, that community will fucking be like, yo, bitch, you're a fucking vampire. And then they start hunting you. Like the NPCs that were your friends turn on you like instantly. And then like monsters start crawling out of the fucking woodwork and all that shit and start, being in your safe havens and all that stuff. And it's weird, dude. And the other thing that's worth pointing out too, if you play the game, I would highly recommend just stat dumping into stamina straight away. Because stamina is like your dodge. It's also your attacks, and a bunch of spells are like for example, cloaking and stuff like that is all tied to stamina. So the more stamina you have, the more combat feels more fluid. Because the moment you get like stuck in the waiting for your stamina to come back is the moment you can't dodge anymore, and then they'll just fucking wallop you in like 2-3 hits. It's pretty fucking lethal, but yeah. Anyway, that's what I've been playing. I just want to talk about it because it's a weird game, and I'll probably play it. I'm definitely going to be playing it again, and I'm just going to start eating people, I think. I'm just not going to care anymore. I'm just going to start eating people. Because, like, Jesus fucking Christ. Like, I don't want to dive into that. I don't want to start eating people because at the same time, there's also the one problem I will say about the game, though. Anyone here who's played Fallout 4 will know what I'm talking about. Basically, in the conversation, you can just ask questions willy-nilly and not give a fuck. But then at one point, it'll come up with like the Vampire Y logo, and it'll give you 3 options to choose from, which saying one will affect the outcome of this conversation, right? It's like a permanent choice in the conversation. And let's say there's 3 clear options. This one is good or very agreeable. This one is neutral. And this one is fuck you, Johnny. Right. And let's say that because it also does this thing where, like, how in Mass Effect, it'll, like, if you linger on a choice, it'll pop up the text of what the previous thing was said. They don't do that in this game. So if you miss a context of something in the conversation and you're at this choice where it kind of gives you like 3 weird looking choices and you're just like, which one am I supposed to pick in this situation? You can't really tell. And the other thing is too, like, if you, like, for example, you're talking to a gang member, right? And in this conversation, if you talk to him and you like sort of go along with what he's saying, which is clearly the bad guy option, right? He's like, yeah, cool, man. You can murder people. It's fine. Whatever. Now, let's say you do that. Your doctor, the guy that you're playing, the guy that you're role-playing as, he doesn't say what the thing is that shows up on the text. He'll say something like, as a physician, I really don't like the fact that you are taking life into your own hands. That's something we're not supposed to do. But I suppose it's okay given the circumstances, right? So instead of, you know, playing the part of a bad guy, a doctor or whatever, in order to appease this person, this character that you're playing will just project himself onto whatever answer you have. And that's kind of annoying in a way because that's not what I wanted to say. You know?
Yeah, that's very Fallout 4-ish as far as dialogue options.
Yeah, anyone who's played Fallout 4, it's the same problem I had with the role-playing system in Fallout 4. Right? Yeah. You know?
It's like, that's a pretty common problem, it sounds like, with like little descriptors, and then like you hit that, and then suddenly the character starts talking, you're like, wait, no, wait.
Yeah, exactly, right?
It's like the Detroit Become Human is notorious for that.
Yeah, exactly. Right, like it's the same problem, right? But also, I'm pretty sure all of that stuff will go away once you start playing into the fact that you're a goddamn monster and you're eating people. Because I know I've read, I watched a video where the developers were talking like, yeah, if you start like eating people and becoming a vampire, you'll care less about that. Your character will care less about that shit, right? So. Maybe that's the sort of role-playing aspect. Like if you're playing the good doctor, you're role-playing the good doctor, and if you're not, and if you're playing the vampiric beast, you're playing the vampiric beast. You know, so I don't know. It's hard to say. But anyway, how are you guys?
Great.
Let's start with you, Drummer Boy. What's up, man? Sorry, I just wanted to talk to people about that shit.
It's cool, man. I'm looking forward to E3 shit, so it'll be like a couple hours of that shit. Just talking about games that are happening and what we think.
Yeah.
I've been good. Just working on some commission stuff, and yeah.
Nice.
Album's done. I've just been kind of chilling a little bit. Maybe chilling too much.
Yeah, you're kind of like in the period between projects, and he's like, I don't want to actually do this anymore. I could just sit here on this beanbag and eat pancakes.
Yeah, like I got a text message this morning that my recording session was not happening today, so I'm just like, cool, I'm just going to stay in bed till like 1:30.
Oh, I love doing that.
And I fucking did.
Nice. Well, Spoody, my man, how's that Tutti Frutti?
Good. Speaking of vampire games, I finally started playing Bloodlines, Vampire the Masquerade.
I regret not playing that earlier in my life, honestly.
Yeah. Yeah, seriously, I don't know why I didn't, but it's really fun. I'm enjoying it. I think it's got a really good story. I'm definitely those of you that know me, I'm a big story whore. I love a game that can pull me in, not only with like the game mechanics, but also what's going on. And I'm just now getting to the point where it seems like and don't tell me, but it seems like I'm getting to a point where I can kind of go the Anarch route or the Camarilla route. If you've played the game, I'm kind of at the part where
you playing with the unofficial patch?
Yes, I am doing that. I am playing with the unofficial patch because everything I read pretty much said it was basically necessary to enjoy the game.
They also, just so you know, they also added in a Sabat route as well.
Oh, did they?
Mm-hmm. But, you know, you probably won't ever get the opportunity to do it.
Yeah. Basically, if you've played the game, I'm at the point where I've just blown up the warehouse in Santa Monica.
Oh,
gone back to the
your baby
area.
steps now, right?
Yeah, going back to the downtown area, and the prince wants me to investigate that ship. But before I did that, I went and actually talked to, the fuck is his name? Like Nile or Nine or something. Nines. Went and talked to him and met the Anarchs, and I'm kind of researching that disease or whatever that's going on.
Yeah, Damsel's pretty cool.
Yeah, Damsel. I just met her. I'm trying to open a jar. Just met her, and I didn't get it. Hold on. Okay. I couldn't open.
Calm down. I'm doing my manly duties.
I couldn't open a jar. So I couldn't do it.
See a strength check, please.
Yeah, no, I failed. but yeah, so just talk with Damsel, and basically where I'm at right now, I gotta kill the disease spreading vampire.
Yeah,
I wasn't quite prepared for her. I figured I could
Are
like
you
kill her.
enlightened, brother?
Yeah.
He's like, yeah, no.
But I mean, the voice acting in this game is really fucking good, right?
And you know what surprised me? It's a game from 2008, yet the facial capture modeling
The
thing
lip syncing
is fucking
is
outrageous.
on point.
Like it's literally outrageous. Like you can see it fall off near the end of the game, right? Because they clearly rushed. It's 2004, not 2008. Sorry.
2004.
Yeah.
Holy shit.
Yeah, and you can see it fall off because like that's when the developers had to rush things. But when you're talking like to Jeanette and stuff like that, you see the facial models and stuff, and it's like fucking what? It's especially more apparent in the female models for whatever reason. But like they did a fantastic job of that. Yeah.
Well, the guy Jack with the beard that helps you out. I mean, his like just the lip syncing.
Oh, you mean Bender Rodriguez from Futurama?
Yeah. I mean, it's
Marcus Phoenix from Gears of War. You know.
It's crazy how well done it is. And I mean, there's some wonky spots where like you fall through a wall maybe, or like at one point I tried to feed on some guy in the downtown area and the game just froze. I was like, all right, well, I won't feed on him, you know. I'll go back but I mean, those issues aside, I so far the story has intrigued me. Like it's not very often. Like I love video games, but it's not very often. No, still can't do it.
Another jar.
Oh, it's the same jar,
dude. Put your shirt on it and twist it.
I did. I'm putting my shirt on it.
It's like a +1 on your strength bonus.
Oh, I got it.
See, look at that. You just needed my help, man. You just needed my help.
Thank you.
Fuck, what was I saying? It's like fuck, I don't know. I completely lost my train of thought. But yeah, good game. And I really so it's not very often that there's a game that I play where like when I'm not playing it, I'm like
you wish you were playing it. Yeah.
Yeah, you know what I mean? And this game has actually I have that feeling of it. So this weekend I'll probably be streaming it as well. I generally don't stream during the week because I don't have. There's no point in putting up a stream for like 45 minutes when I have time to play. But yeah, this weekend I'll be streaming that. It's really fun and I'm enjoying it so far.
Nah, yeah, it's a solid game for sure. Speaking about solid game, let's talk to the man who has the most game. Maleo, what up, sir? How you doing?
Do I had games? Apparently I do. I'm doing great. I'm doing fantastic. I'm really hyped because tomorrow I will be going to a information meeting where I will maybe, I don't quite know, but maybe get to know whether or not I can start in school.
Awesome. Doing what? What's your major?
Graphic designer.
Sweet.
Yeah.
You gonna make me a website when you're done?
I can do it.
Look, man, I'll give you exposure, okay? That's what we'll work on, okay?
More exposure, that's it. Cool.
Look, dude, I got like 3,000 Twitter followers. Look, man, trust me.
For exposure, you get like one of those 90s like twinkle star background GIF things.
Yeah. I'll put at least one tweet up for 2 hours a day.
Don't do it, Malaya. Don't do it.
But I'll delete it afterwards.
Don't believe his lies.
Just one tweet for 2 hours every minute. Just
yeah, that's it. Yeah. So, what have you been up to aside from that, though?
Well, my past week has actually been quite full. It started out after the last game where I did some roof work, where I redid the whole roof on my parents' house, almost. Helped them with it.
Good job. You're the man now, dog. Absolutely.
And then I went on to be a volunteer at a rock festival. Standing in the bar serving drinks to all the
awkward teenagers that were trying to like also pretend to be adults.
By the way,
these were
roof
40,
building.
just about the 34 Cs. Mainly.
Roof building. Take that, you fucking jar opener.
Yeah.
Hey, I got the fucking jar open, and now I'm reaping the benefits. All right.
What are you eating? Pickles?
No, it's like a salad with chicken and salad dressing on it because I opened the fucking jar.
Boom. You would have had a dry ass salad if you didn't open that jar. If you didn't use your
All right.
God-given manly talents to fucking open a...
I mean, there's no re-roofing a house though.
Yo,
Yeah, that's
you,
true.
you didn't get cancer from the asbestos like Maleo did, all right? That guy
Yeah.
is a man. You sure this isn't asbestos? No, it's fine. It's fine. It's breathe in.
And with all that, my Miss Sunflower also got accepted into her school. So
Nice.
starting next school session or school semester, we will most likely, hopefully, both be in school.
Fuck yeah, dude. Learning is the way of the future.
It is.
Oh man, look at that. 2:30 on the dot. The last thing I want to say is I've been reading a manga. I know, giant nerd, right? It's called it's called Granblue. It's fucking hilarious. It's the funniest thing I've read in a very long time. Basically, it's a scuba diving manga. And they don't do anything about scuba diving in it. So
Sounds like a fucking manga.
But the thing is, it's the way that they do drawings of the faces, right? The faces alone make it the funniest thing in the world. So I would highly recommend going to go read that stuff. But anyway, guys, we got to do some cowboying. We got to do some cowpoking. So
Let's poke some cows.
let's poke some cows. Let me just see real quick. Shuffle after recalling, yes. Okay, good. And recall, shuffle after recalling. Okay. All right. So before we get started, we got a matter of some fucking poker chips that we need to do, my friends. So why don't we go ahead and do some pokes? Let's start off with Spoody. How many poker chips do you get, my man?
2.
All right, draw them out. It's shuffled.
Hey, wow, some besides white. Yay.
I mean that's good.
All right, I'll take that.
Drummer, how many you get? You get 4, right? Oh no, 2, 3,
Three.
3. Okay, I always forget who gets what. Always forget which one.
Oh, hey. Oh,
I think red's really good for me.
woo,
Actually,
hat trick.
Damn.
Really good for you.
I think red's really good for me. Actually, if I remember correctly. All right, Maleo.
Red, you get one extra.
All the blues for you, Maleo.
No, I get all the way.
Apparently not.
And you get 4, yeah.
Hey,
Fun.
there you go.
Mm-hmm.
One more.
Oh no, that's not how I draw. That's how I draw.
Oh, it's sitting on top.
Of course you take that.
Yeah, you drew it for me, man. That's how it works. All right. So, got our chips. Feeling real saucy. What does the red one do again? I forget.
The same as the blue, just you get one extra chip whenever you use it.
Oh, Marshall
Well, you
gets a
can
free
use-
draw trip when Marshall gets a free chip draw if uses a red chip.
Yep.
Yeah. So we can use it as if we use it as a white, then you don't get it.
Yes, if you use it as a D6 to any roll.
Alright. Good to know.
Okay. So, you guys were on your way over to... I'll put it back up on the screen, I guess. So the map of sweet, delicious Texas.
We're headed to Lubbock.
You're heading to Lubbock. You're a day's ride away from there. So as we mentioned previously, we had our dear friend, Mr. Billy Hawkins, is having strange dreams of some of the scripts, and you guys managed to deal with the issues in Wild Creek. and you got a hint of where to go. You saw a ferry, and you saw the cloaked stranger throwing another bullet casing into a river overlooking a steamboat or a ferry, and that's where you guys are now. You guys are with what's her name? I forget.
Minerva?
Minerva, yes, that's
Minerva.
the one. Minerva, yes. And let me just open everyone's sheets real quick. It's just easier for me. Okay, cool. And you guys are basically making your way over there. You're gonna be leaving her to go her own separate ways after that, but for now you're traveling together. So before we get started, I'm going to roll a thing for no reason.
Whatever.
For no reason, I'm going to roll a thing.
Whoa.
I'm going to roll a thing. Don't worry.
Doo-dum, doo-dum.
Okay. Let's take a look here. What is that?
Wipe that grin off.
What? Yeah, I was saying that shit-eating grin.
No, I got a 20 on a D20. It's always fun. Okay. Okay.
Ooh, we meet a unicorn. That's it. That must be it.
Okay.
7 unicorns. Yes.
Okay. Why don't you guys roleplay for a little bit while I do a little shenanigans on the back end here?
Roleplay. Are we traveling right now, though? Or
No,
we're
you'd
still
be
traveling, right?
you'd be working up from camp right now. So it's the dawn pokes her rosy fingers over the horizon.
Wow.
It's working out to be a nice sunshiny day, which is weird considering that you just came from a place where there was zombies and whatnot.
That's peaceful. Who had the bullet?
I believe that was Lester that had it this time around.
Mm-hmm.
I had the casing. I was looking over it, and drawing the symbol down, and so on, turning it, mirroring it, so on.
Mm-hmm.
No, you didn't have any weird dreams because of it, though, did you?
No.
I had another weird one though. Because that was where we oh no, I was in the bar and that weird thing was talking to me.
The ghosty thingy?
Yeah, the I don't know what the hell it is.
Do you think it's some kind of aberration?
Are you guys talking in character or out of character right now?
Probably like in character. Like I'd be asking Lester, like, well, what
Yeah.
did you see anything in your dreams last night, other than, tits and whatever?
I dreamed about my old cat, Cool. That was a cute cat.
Great. I'd take the bullet back too, unless you have something to do with it.
Nah, I'm done. I didn't get anything out of it.
So Billy, have you ever had dreams like these before, or are they solely linked to this object that we found?
I'll be honest with you guys. I haven't had dreams since I woke up in a coffin 6 feet under.
That's interesting. So apparently, this bullet casing has some sort of supernatural effect. I don't know how.
Yeah. Well, it's got this symbol on the bottom, and if you guys haven't seen it yet, it's like the crisscrossed infinity signs.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Crisscross.
Yeah. Kind of. Hang on. I'll draw it over here so you guys can get a better idea. I'm just gonna freehand it. So it kind of looks like this. Like that.
Oh, okay, almost like a clover.
Yeah, that's what I said. It's like kind of like a clover, but yeah, that's how I sort of described it a little bit.
Is
So-
it a four-leaf clover or?
No, no, it's not like, and it's not plant-like in any way. Like it just kind of looks like that. So, yeah.
Like, I don't know what this means, so when we get to whatever city we're going at, I can't pronounce it. Should either trace it or send some information to Noose and see what they know.
Do you think it might be worth sending the casing itself, or should we hold on to it? I mean, we could mail this casing to the higher ups. It might be easier than trying to describe it in a telegraph or drawing it on a piece of paper.
We could, after we've been to Lerberg, we could travel back to the news to actually give them the words itself, and maybe if they want to give us more after we have kind of proven ourselves in our first mission here, maybe they give us more details about what we are to expect to meet.
Yeah.
I think the child's right. It might be dangerous to send something like this through the postal service.
Yeah, I think we should hang on to it until we at least get back to Noose HQ. And then we need to find a body of water with a ferry. That's where the cloaked stranger threw the other thing. It looks kind of like this. They threw it in the water. Can't be good.
Minerva, have you ever seen this symbol before anywhere? Did it ever pop up in your time?
So she's like pouring herself like a cup of coffee, because as outlaws, there's two drinks that you have: whiskey and coffee, and that's pretty much not outlaws, but you know, people on the plains. But that's pretty much what you have. And she's pouring herself a cup of coffee, and she sort of looks over at you guys huddling over in the corner, talking to yourselves. And she's, what was the question?
Has she ever seen this symbol anywhere before?
I mean, it kind of looks like something to do with gambling, maybe. I don't know.
It does almost look like the suit of spades, but the spades only have three sort of circles on them. This is four, almost like a four-leaf clover.
I don't know. I mean, that's you guys would know more than I would.
What about you, Garrett? Does this ring any bells for you?
He's sort of sitting there tapping his foot on the ground. He's like, I'm not entirely sure, honestly. You talk to me about that sort of stuff. I mean, as far as I'm concerned, all this supernatural mumbo jumbo, you know, all glowing purple and all that sort of stuff. That's damn stuff right there. So, whatever it is, it's got to do with the people, with the damned, you know.
All right. Well,
I mean, purple's not really a color that I associate with people that are good, you know.
Oh, really?
Think of how many people wear purple that you know of that you can count on your hand that are nice people.
Lester just looks down at himself and then covers some part of his shorts.
I mean, children are bad, so, you know.
This is the guy wearing the Twitch shirt.
Yeah.
What's a Twitch? Hmm?
It's like a witch, but twitchier.
All right. Well, it must be best then to carry on to Lubbock, and we'll send this info off as soon as we can once we get there.
Mm-hmm.
Make sure Minerva's safe.
And it looks like they got a train line to Dallas. That's where we need to head next.
True. If either they feel the need to bring us back or we feel the need to head that way, it will be much easier than riding on these beasts. And I pat my horse on its head.
Yeah. Okay. 1 second here. I'm just real quickly just filling out some stuff. No reason.
Just real quickly organizing the enemies that are going to kill us.
Nothing like that. Don't worry, boys. It's fine. It's fine. It's fine.
Why would a DM ever put something on the board that actually could kill us, you know?
Yeah, that's a good point. Why is that?
Because he rolled a 20. That's why.
Don't fret, boys. Don't fret. It's nothing you boys ever need to worry about.
It's just a critically happy day.
Critically happy, exactly.
Yes.
Yeah.
Especially because that's the first roll.
So, you guys, I guess, finish up your breakfast and what? You make your way out.
Yeah, pack up and keep heading to Lubbock.
Lubbock.
And you go about your business mostly. You guys start riding off. If you remember correctly, there was you guys passed some campers before you started making your own stuff, and during the night that was never. You guys were never accosted or anything like that. Sorry, I got the hiccups. It's really fucking annoying. As you guys are riding, though, can I get a notice check from anyone who wants to do some noticing?
I think I have notice.
If you don't, you can always do unskilled check.
I have noticed.
I do have notice. How's your notice looking, Lester?
D4. Yeah.
Yeah, I'm the same.
All right, so we'll get a group one then.
All right.
So, yeah.
Billy,
Yeah.
do you have notice?
Nope.
Hey.
Okay.
Unskilled as fuck. 9.
Oh, what the?
Yeah, man. So 9.
How does an unskilled D4?
You got a
Plus
you got a 4 and a
two?
D4, 4 and a D4, a 3 and a D4, and -2 on top of that. So, yeah, technically he got a 9 because he rolled an 8 and a 1 on 3D4s. So,
What? How are you rolling? How is he rolling more D4 than I am as unskilled?
they explode.
They
So
explode.
if you get the maximum one.
Oh, gotcha. Okay.
All aces in this game, like highly skilled individuals, they all can ace, which is if you get the highest number on a dice, which is a lot easier on a D4 as it turns out.
Sure.
You get to roll another one. Basically, is how it works.
Gotcha.
Yeah.
So you rolled like 4-4-1 or something. Yeah.
He rolled 4-4-3 with a -2. So
Oh, with the knight too. Yeah. Okay. That's
Yeah.
cool.
so both Lester and Billy, it's not long before you guys notice that you're going at a leisurely pace, right? Because you don't want to whip the horses to oblivion or whatever. And there's no, and as far as you're concerned, you're in no absolute rush right now. You're coming across like horse trails and stuff like that, going in and out because as much as you hate to admit it, Wild Creek was actually for what it was, a popular destination, and the roads were starting to get a little bit more traveled because of it. Unfortunately, that also brings its fair share of hooligans with it as well. And it's not long before you spy on the horizon horses coming towards you. And before long, they are within riding distance of you. You can spy them with your notice roll. Basically, these guys are not the nicest looking type of people that you've ever seen.
Father, do you think we're lost? Maybe these guys can help us.
I don't think we're lost, child.
Yeah.
We know the direction we're supposed to head. We're following the trail.
I'm making sure both my guns are loaded.
Yeah,
That's not what I meant when I pointed towards the guy who is judging us.
Oh, do you think they're lost?
Yes.
I mean, it's possible, although this is a rather well-traveled trail. I think it's more likely that they hope that we're lost.
They are getting closer. You can now hear the yarring and jeering to make the horses go faster.
I'll also ready my my pistol.
All right.
I'll turn to Garrett and do the head nod toward them to make sure he's loaded.
Yeah, Garrett, he's basically taken out his Winchester, and he's already aiming down the sights down at people that are coming towards him, and it's just like, The moment I see any of them holding a gun, I'm gonna shoot them in the face. And
Well, that's not that hasty.
I like to take out my contraption.
okay, they have to be reasonably close for that to happen, though.
Yeah.
Just so you know, like you won't be able to get them as they're coming in. So Minerva is sort of looking around a little hesitantly, and she does have a little, a little Colt revolver sort of thing on her, and she's
one of those like what is it, garter belt?
No, she doesn't have a derringer.
Things.
She's a gunslinger, so she has whatever a gunslinger has, essentially. And she's
So oh, sorry, go ahead.
yeah, she's sort of looking around, just like, so what's the play here, gents? So we facing the tide as it was, or
How many of them are there?
Well, from what you can
20?
from what you can spy at this distance, there's about 7 of them.
And there's 5 of us. I'm gonna have my pistol, like I'll have my hand on the holster, but I'm not going to draw. And
when the Padre goes for his piece, there's problems.
Yeah.
I'm not drawing it. I'm just letting them know that I have it.
Mm-hmm.
And I mean, I'll sort of position myself in front to try to be a peacekeeper or diffuse anything as quick as I can, because maybe be a priest.
So you're putting yourself out in front to what sort of like see if you can get ahead of the violence?
Well, we don't know if they're going to be violent yet, do we?
Well, that's what I'm saying. Like, are you attempting to converse before violence happen?
Yeah. I want to try. If they are just going to straight up attack us, I'm going to hope that the sight of a priest may cause them a bit of pause.
Yep. I want to remind you about your hindrance, by the way.
Which one?
Lion eyes.
Oh, yeah.
Yep.
Intimidation, persuasion. Yeah.
So just letting you know. Okay, so if you guys allow them to come up, is that what's happening? You stay Garrett's hand, his itchy trigger finger, in attempts to resolve this peacefully?
I haven't been attacked yet, so.
He said if he sees a gun that he's going to open fire, and I'm like, I'm not telling him not to.
That's up to the Padre then.
Yeah.
I mean, I can ask him not to fire first, but I mean, so I'll say, let's not be hasty here.
Are you sure, Padre? I mean, I don't take you as a man that can handle some outlaws.
Garrett, my friend.
Well, that hasn't been established yet, but sure, go ahead.
We can see them coming. They've not taken us by surprise.
I don't think that's the issue.
If we need to, we're all ready. We have our weapons. We've got our hands on them, and we can do what may be necessary. But unnecessary killing isn't always the way.
All right. Safe word is potato. You say potato, I'm gonna potato.
Yeah. Let's say well, Father, if words fail, hit the dirt. There's going to be steel raining down behind you.
Remember, potato. Say it.
Don't worry about that. Potato.
No, potato. Say potato.
Potato.
They'll say potato, then they turn to tomatoes, because...
Hey, I like that. I'm going to use that next time.
Don't use my shit.
I'm just as nervous. As everyone else.
So,
open fire at the sight of a stranger.
So, yeah, so basically 7, wayfarers mosey on up to our crew of cowpokes. Now, they all look like your standard, what you'd imagine an outlaw to be. They're wearing dark leathers. They're scruffy
over their faces.
They don't have one of them might have a bandana covering his face, but I don't know if you've ever ridden a horse with a bandana on your face. It's fucking hard to breathe.
It's just flaps.
It's not as, it looks cool, but it's not as cool as you think. some of them have like neck tattoos and that sort of stuff, and they're definitely scruffy. Think like John Marsden looking motherfuckers, and you basically got the idea, right? And they roll up and it's like, well, howdy, strangers. Pleasure to meet you.
Hi, how's it going?
Good morning to you.
Now listen.
How are you on this fine day?
Oh, I'm quite well. And by the looks of things, we're going to be a lot better as well by the end of our conversation. So I'm very, very well.
How's that?
Well, I mean, I'm going to give you an option here. It's going to be your money or your life. And then all the other men that, you hear the Hollywood sound effect of like guns cocking, basically. It's like, I'm a pretty honest man, Padre. I'm gonna let you all walk away, minus the horses, but you can keep the clothes on your back.
Well, I'm afraid that's not a very good deal for us. You see, we need our horses. We're traveling.
Oh no, I understand
Quite a long
completely.
walk, that's-
I'm not an unreasonable man. If you want, we can drag you.
Well, my friend, as you can see, you outnumber us, but
Aye, that we do.
that doesn't mean you'll win the day. And at this point, since I'm being threatened, I think it's quite safe to say that I can cast just a moment. Or cast, I say pray. What the fuck is it called?
Fireball.
Yeah.
Holy
Lightning
Mother
bolt,
of God,
lightning.
send these people into the other world.
What the fuck is it called? Where is it? Windstorm.
Okay. Ah, yes, the old farting priest on the prairie.
And let me just pull up the thing. So, conjure up a twister strong enough to whip the coat off a dead man.
Yeah. I love my coat.
Conjured out of course, which we are. It's the size of a medium burst template. Everyone within the whirlwind is automatically blinded and must make a vigor roll or be shaken each round. Any ranged attacks that cross the twister suffer a -2 penalty. I can
One.
move these terms
So what's it
as
called?
I wish. Huh?
What was it called? Windstorm?
Windstorm. I can move the windstorm as I wish each round at a pace equal to my spirit die type.
Oh, is this is in the player's handbook?
Yeah, this is in the Deadlands player's handbook.
This is the one that we expect.
Yeah, I used this one before. If I take any action other than concentrating on the spell, I must make a spirit roll or the effect is lost.
I'm just trying to find out what page is that on, my man.
It starts on 112 of the PDF and then goes to 113.
Okay, thank you. All right, so this is a novice, so this is a -2 on your roll. So
It's
if
a
you
faith roll, correct?
yes, it is a faith roll. -2 though.
-2.
Now, how long does this actually take? It's a concentration spell.
Yeah, it's concentration. So
The blessed proclaims the power of his Lord, waving his arms and preaching a sermon. What is appropriate? So it's a very loud and very obvious thing that you're asking to do.
Yep.
So they are not going to be surprised. And the moment you start casting is the moment that we roll initiative. Yeah.
Yep. So I kind of spread my arms wide and say, "In the name of our Lord Jesus Christ, God the Almighty, please protect me and my friends against these evil men that have given us no choice whatsoever but to defend ourselves in your name. In the name of the Father, the Son, and the Holy Spirit, please, God, protect us." And I'll roll and
Well,
and I will spend a red.
well, wait, before you do that, let's get an initiative order in here.
Okay.
So, Spoody, let's go ahead and pull yours up.
All right.
Hey, that's nice. That's a good solid chunk. Drummer boy, let's get yours.
Give me the card. Dang.
Nice.
Damn, that's a good one. And Maleo.
Let me guess. The
Queen.
Queen of diamonds. Ah,
Oh.
All right. I'll
I don't
pull
want to be in the
one.
tall guys anyway.
Okay, that's pretty chunk. Now where is Garrett going and where is Minerva going?
I'll take Garrett.
Okay. Who wants to take Minerva?
I'll take Minerva.
Okay. So, who acts first, Minerva or your faith roll?
I'm gonna spend my white chip to re-roll.
You can just delete it, remember? So,
Oh, how do I do that?
just mouse over, click it, delete it.
Ah, there we go. Okay, so I am re-rolling my faith. Fucking D10. Come on, man.
Come on, man.
What's
There we
negative
go.
two?
All right, 7. Cool. No bad. No raise, but still chunky enough.
What's the -2?
Because he's so basically,
It's
in
a-
order to use powers in this game, they take a currency called power points, which is essentially mana. But as a blessed character, you don't have power points. You just pray, and then if God opens up his ears, then you do it. So it basically goes: novice is a -2 to your faith roll. Seasoned is a -4, etc., etc. So you have every single spell in your player book available to you at any point in time. You just have to ask God for it. Basically, is how it works. So
As you get higher level, your penalty gets.
no, as you try and cast a higher level spell. So
Oh, I see. Yeah.
right
yeah.
now you can cast high level spells whenever you want. Like he could call down lightning to like blow up a fucking town if you wanted to.
Cool.
But it would be like a -8 on a D10 to get a 4, which is impossible, right? So like,
Just making sure, because a 9 probably would have raised.
yes, a 9 would have raised 100% because you only need to pass a 4, remember? So yeah.
Yeah. Just making
Right.
sure that we're doing everything so we can get a raise if we need it.
So yeah, you bring this thing down. So if I remember,
So
what was it? What was the size?
It's a medium burst
Medium burst.
template. Whatever.
2d4 or something.
Yeah, hang on. Playing.
No,
I'm
that's
gonna
okay.
write this thing down somewhere because it's coming up a lot.
Yeah, I should. Yeah, a lot, as in twice, but yeah.
The
No, it
Chrome-
comes up a lot with all the other ones because there are other
I-
things that use
I
it. and
feel
stuff.
like I rolled 2d4.
Yeah, I'm just
last time.
just want to make sure that we're doing this right.
Yeah.
So there is a playing without. Where is it?
The last I found it in like the tank weapons thing, like the artillery weapon stuff. Last time.
Yeah, I know where it is on the actual list. It's basically like playing without miniatures is the little book thing. It's weird they don't have a thing for it, but you can't like search for it and stuff. Where is it? Out of a duel, nope. Okay. Setting rules. No, it's not here. I don't know where it is. I'm pretty sure it's like 2d4.
That's what I remember rolling.
Yeah. Is it in the Marshal's book? Settings rules? No, that's not it. Where the fuck was it? I'm just gonna next time I find it, I'm gonna actually just like
Bookmark it.
bookmark it or something because it comes up like more than enough.
Yeah, and if you do find it, let me know kind of like offline, and I'll make a note as well.
Yeah.
All right, so you want me to roll 2d4?
Yeah, just roll 2d4 for now, and we'll just deal with it as it comes up. All right, so you
Alright.
can get 4 of them in there. Now, remind me, they can't, they struggle to get out, or what's the deal there? What's the...
So, all right, so what they have to do is
Mhm.
They are automatically blinded.
Mhm.
So they must make a vigor roll or be shaken each round. So they have to pass a vigor roll,
Mhm.
or else they're shaken
When do they do that?
Any-
Do they do that on their turn or your turn?
on their turn.
Okay.
And then any ranged attacks that go through the twister, whether it's from us or them, suffer a -2 penalty.
Makes sense.
And then I can also move the windstorm around as I want at the beginning of each of my turns.
Now they can move out of it, right? They're not like stuck in there or something.
No, they're not stuck, but before they move out, they have to pass the vigor roll.
Okay.
So they can still move out, but if they fail the vigor roll, they're still blinded, and
then they just run out in any direction.
Yeah, and it's whatever penalty is associated with being blinded as far as a range attack.
Now, the moment I guess they're blinded for that round, but if they move out of it, they're not blind anymore.
Then the next round, correct.
Yeah, okay, all right, that's fair. And now, do they take damage?
No, there's no damage involved with this at all.
So if they fail something, they get shaken, right?
Right. If they fail the vigor roll, they're shaken. So I guess it's not really a wound, but it opens them up to getting wound easier. And then I can move the windstorm as I want each round at a pace equal to my spirit die type, which is
D10, right?
D10, so 10 paces. That's pretty good.
Okay, cool. Yeah, no worries. All right then. So
that's my turn.
No, well, you got Minerva to do. So.
Oh, right. So Minerva, she is going to take aim at one of the guys that is not in the windstorm.
Roger.
So like she's not going to shoot through or anything, right? So there's 4 guys in there. So I'm assuming where I put it is kind of in the middle. Basically like the dude that was shit talking us, he's in the middle of it along with 3 of his cronies.
Roger.
So I'm imagining in my head maybe like 2 on one side and 1 on the other.
Yep, that's what I'm thinking too.
Right?
Yep.
Okay. All right. So the one that is by himself, she's gonna fire her whatever the fuck she has.
Okay. Let's take a look here. No, she needs to make a shooting roll first. I'm an idiot. I keep forgetting.
Okay. That is the most
4.
feline gunman ever.
Yeah, so gunmen are basically like NPCs that you can hire, mostly for the cost of the ammunition that they use, as well as like, beer money. And all the other characters from the last town are basically that. So if you wanted to, like, one of the things you could have done was hired them all before they go off to the orgy, but you didn't do that, and then they all died. So, okay, so what am I looking for here? I'm looking for toughness. Yeah, that's enough to pass. So she basically, like, everyone's like freaking the fuck out. She's freaking the fuck out. You call down a fucking windstorm from Jesus H Christ up in the sky, and she's like, the horses start rearing up, and she's just like, fuck, and then she blows a guy's brain out, and he just fucking falls backwards, and can I get everyone please to make a riding check?
A riding check.
Riding check.
Yeah. Horses are going to be spooked.
Oh, fuck yeah, dude. You called down a goddamn windstorm. Absolutely. If you don't have riding, it's unskilled.
There's 4.
-2.
There's some 4s.
Yeah,
Wow,
you
got 2 on a D10?
Yeah. Yeah. Okay, that's good. I'm surprised everyone passed that, to be honest with you. Yeah.
Mine is 2, so mine is only a 2.
What was that?
Mine is only a 2.
Why is that?
Because the unskilled didn't proc.
But you have the skill.
You have the skill, riding.
Yeah, but the unskilled-ish thing didn't do.
Wait, hang on. What are you actually saying? Do you have the skill or not?
I don't have the skill.
Then why'd you roll riding? How did you roll riding?
How did you roll riding without the skill?
Because I unchecked. Oh, there it is. Okay, yeah. I thought if you checked off unskilled, it would come up as unskilled.
No.
No. Because it says riding in Roll20, you click something that says riding.
This is what unskilled looks like.
Yeah, I went into the core skills, but I thought if we checked off unskilled, it would come up as unskilled. So I
No,
went into
unskilled is
skills.
right below skills.
Yeah.
There's an unskilled
It's
thing.
above it's above all the skill section.
Yeah, I found it.
Yeah.
But
Okay.
it would only be a 2, so I would fail.
Wait, so but how do you have the skill? I'm confused. You have the skill in the thing.
You added the skill to roll it, and then there's a check mark to say unskilled. Is there?
Yeah, I thought if you checked off the unskilled check mark and then went into the skill list, find the skill, roll the skill, then it would come up as
No,
unskilled.
that's the encumbrance thing you're doing
Yeah.
there. So
shall I roll again, or do you want to?
no, we'll keep it. It's fine. Actually, no, you can roll again because you rolled. No, it's the same. It's fine. Yeah, you still roll a d4 and it's still -2. So yeah, okay. So
And you got a 4, so.
All right, so Minerva doesn't kill a dude. Her horse, no, because you went first, and you called down the windstorm. So her horse bucks up and she falls off. And her horse like fucking gallops off into the distance. Yeah, she's basically on her back right now. And she spends her turn standing up. And she would have a -2 on her attack, which means that she missed, basically. So that's how that works.
How are their horses doing?
I'm about to find out. So let's find out. Do they have riding?
No whammies, no whammies, no whammies.
They do not have riding.
They don't have riding?
But it doesn't matter, they're fine.
Okay.
No, they don't have riding, which is strange, but you know, it is what it is. I mean, they're just token dudes, dude. So like, it's whatever. But they're fine. Like they control their horses, and I guess Lester, you fall off as well. So you're on your back. So if you want to stand up, it's going to take an action to stand up, I guess. I believe. Let me just make sure. Unless it just hurts you or something. I think you might just... It's either you get hurt or you spend your action getting up. I can't remember.
Did Garrett roll?
Oh, yeah, Garrett. Thank you. I believe he has riding there. Yes, he does.
There we go.
Oh, wait, no, that's not with a -2, so you got a 6. I need to remove that situational thing from him.
Cool.
Yeah, so he got a 6, so he's definitely fine. Yeah. Let me just... I'm looking for combat, initiative, movement. Okay.
That template thing is on 65 in the Savage Rules to Luck book, by the way.
Oh, that's... I was looking in, like, Deadlands for the thing, and I couldn't fucking find it. I was like, I don't know where it is. It's weird.
Yeah.
It's like, okay.
It's 1d3, 2d4, and 2d6.
Mm-hmm.
That's the range.
Yeah. Okay. So I was right, yeah.
Yeah, so we did it right.
Mm-hmm. 2d4, yeah. Okay. Can I just... Actually, we'll just get a vigor roll from both of you, because, you know, you can lay down and stand up and movement, and it's not a problem. So we'll just get a... let's see here. What's a good one to get? If you have... if you have, I guess, not guts. Guts is like fear. What's a good spell for people? A good skill to use here? Well, I guess riding is the skill that you would use to not fall off bad. So, let's get a, just a vigor roll, I guess. And you need to pass a d4 there. Oh no, yeah, she falls off and it's almost basically lethal because she's a so basically what happens is her horse rear ends and she's still on it and it like does that thing where it jumps in the air and like lands on her.
all good.
So she's basically just got crushed by her horse. Classic. And I need
something nice for someone, and they get fucking crushed by a horse.
Yeah, let's get a vigor roll from you, Lester. Whew, dude.
Jesus.
Whoa.
Nice.
He picks his horse up off the ground and gets back on top of it.
Well, no, you fell off. you fell off of your horse, but you didn't injure yourself falling off. So that's what that means essentially. Cool. All right. Now going forward, so Minerva's basically crying out in pain as probably her leg is like broken, or she's like got a fucking horse on her, and the horse is like trying to stand up and like stepping on her and stuff like that. Horses suck, dude. If you've ever seen a horse in real life, horses are the fucking worst. I count horses to be the worst animal in existence. I've been bucked off a horse. I have had horses bite me. Horses are fucking awful. All right? Like, never get a horse. They're the fucking arseholes of the animal world. 100%. Right up there with the honey badgers. What was that?
There's a reason I'm afraid of them.
Yeah. They actually killed a family member of mine by kicking him in the face. It happens. Yeah. He was like a toddler when he died, so like, whatever. But like, is my dad's brother, right? When he was a toddler.
It makes it worse.
I never even met him, and my dad didn't even meet him. So like, yeah. But it is what it is. So horses suck. So yeah. Anyway, your horse is running off, Lester, as well. But I guess Mr. Billy Hawkins, you're up.
Cool. Well, I don't think it makes sense that I can fan the hammer on the back of a horse because I'm going to need both hands.
I mean, you passed your riding check, dude.
Yeah.
So here's the thing, right? Horses are fine when they've been in combat a lot. And I assume, this isn't your horse. So I'll tell you what I'll do.
This one actually is my horse. I bought one.
I know, but this isn't like the horse that you had when you were like hunting by yourself, I
think
is it? Would it be?
I bought a hella good horse.
Yeah. Did you buy this before or after your time inside of the dirt coffin?
Probably after. This one, oh dang.
You know what I'm saying? Like if it was before, then yes.
Yeah, Nancy, the one that got eaten in my prologue thing, she would have been fine.
Yeah.
But
so
this one is like the new hotness.
There is like an edge you can get in this game specifically related to having like a fucking like the phantom of the horse, like a horse you can
that gives you like horse stats and stuff.
Yeah, exactly. It makes it a wild card, and then the horse can be like, I'm gonna go bite this bitch, like
That's awesome.
Yeah, like seriously, like the horse acts on your turn, that sort of shit. Like it's a real cool thing to get, and I highly suggest that you look into it. If you want to play the gunslinger role, having a horse is just like you whistle and it shows up. That's what that means, like this one on the other hand is probably like you bought it. It probably isn't trained in combat, all that sort of stuff. So,
all right. Well,
so here's what I'll state.
If I can fan the hammer, I'm going to fan the hammer.
Here's what I will state. Every single time you or another character make a sort of like large amount of fire off of a horse, you will always need to make a riding check after it happens to stay on. However, if it is a wild card horse, you will not need to do that. So if you want to do that, taking two hands off and just blasting 6 shots off the back of a horse next to its head, it's gonna react.
Yeah.
So that's what I'll say, and that's going to happen for every single character going forward.
Is getting off of the horse a movement or an action?
It's a movement. Maybe.
So I can do that and then shoot.
That is a really good question. I want to say it's movement because the game is very sort of like actiony. You can also like jump in the air when as part of your movement, right? So like, yeah. So it's fine. We'll do that.
Cool. So if that's gonna happen, then I'm gonna like grab my horse's neck, kind of flip my legs off, come out with a coal, and just.
All right. So, if you're doing that, then I'm gonna. Oh no, you have the quick draw, so you're fine. Yeah, it's fine.
Yep.
That's fine. Yep, you can do that. So go ahead and fan the hammer, my man. Now, keeping in mind, you can only hit either 2 or 1 or shoot into the wind. Remember? So Spoody, put it in the middle. So.
Yeah. So I'm gonna go for the two on the whatever of the
on the left, we'll say.
Yeah.
So you guys are facing them. It's on your left. The 2 on the that are together. So.
Yeah. I can shoot into the windstorm, but those ones take an extra.
No, negative -2.
-2 penalty.
-2 penalty. So you'll be rolling -2 you'll be rolling -4 to shoot into the
right,
the thing because you're fanning the hammer, right? So yeah.
So I'm gonna go 2 shots on each of the ones outside, and then 2 shots at -4 into the.
So there's 2 on the left. So you're putting 4 bullets into them.
Yeah. So
and then
like 2
and then
each.
there's 3 in the side of the actual thing.
Yeah. So then I'm gonna shoot 2 wild shots into
4,
that
yeah.
at -4 because like.
And there are 4 inside the windstorm.
There's 4. Sorry, yeah. So you're shooting 4 bullets on the outside and 2 on the inside of the storm, yeah.
Yeah.
Which 2 are you shooting inside the storm? The leader dude and someone else?
Can I see them enough to call it?
That's what the -2 is, but I mean you can just you're a gunslinger, you can just shoot at them.
Yeah.
So
I'm just gonna like shoot into the windstorm.
All right, so
Like,
give me
after like the two on the outside, double tap each, and then
give me
double
4.
tap as-
Yeah, give me 4 shots at -2 and 2 shots at -4.
Let's do the trait test modifier -2. Shooting 1, 2,
Yes.
3,
Hit.
4.
Yes. So 1 out of. Yeah, but you got a raise on that one, so that's good. All right, now give me 2 at -4. Damn, dude, you're rolling garbage tonight.
You know, may as well get it all out now.
Yeah.
What the hell?
Oh wow! So 1 hit, but you hit him real good. So give me a roll with a raise check, please.
Raise it. 18.
Yeah, that fucking kills one of the dudes on the left. Now he's busy like reining in his horse, and you're just like, "Bah, bah, 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 bah," and then like he's just like, and the other guy's like, yeah.
Yeah. So then Garrett's gonna take a shot at the other guy outside the storm. The guy that I missed.
Okay, so 1 on the left, Roger.
Yep.
Roger, big mama.
Wait.
He can fan the hammer as well if you like.
He can fan the hammer, but he's at -4. Can he double tap for a -2 on each?
No, what do you mean? No, there's no double tap. It's either a single shot or fan the hammer. Unless
He
there's
can't do 2 attack actions.
Oh no, because that comes. So that's the rate of fire of the gun, right? So
Oh, okay.
the rate of fire of the pistol is 1 run per round. If it was a higher rate of fire, then yes, you could, but it's limited by that. Fan the hammer is a special case. So he's rolling at it. So let me give you an idea. Garrett Flintlock rolls a d12 plus 2 when he's shooting. So he would still be rolling at a -2. Well, -4, but it'll be a -2 because he gets a +2. So he gets the same sort of modifiers as you, basically. A little better, actually. But yeah.
I was just wondering if, like, because you said there was, like, if you take multiple actions in a turn, then there's, like, negatives to that.
Yes, there is.
So you can't shoot twice?
No, because attacking is the only thing that's stipulated by the rate of fire of your weapon. That's
Okay.
what it's for, yeah.
All right, just making sure. Yep. So
Yeah, so 2 important rules apply. A character can't fire more than his weapon's rate of fire in 1 round, and a character may not make more than 1 fighting attack with the same weapon in 1 round. So if you have 2 guns, you can bam bam, right? But
yeah, and
if you have
doesn't.
1
He's just
gun,
ghosting.
you can only go bam. If that makes sense, yeah?
Yeah. There's one more thing.
Mhm.
Is he gonna have to make a riding
Oh,
after
yeah.
one shot?
Oh, no, not after 1 shot. 1 shot's fine. It's just fan the hammer has a lot of bullets, so
Okay.
put
Yeah. So I'm
caution
just gonna.
in, so.
He's gonna be on top of his horse. Then I'm not gonna make him move off.
Cool. So just 1 shot then?
Yeah.
All right. Guy on the left. Fuck yeah. Sure. He's good, man.
Raise though.
Yeah, that
Do
raise.
you do the math on that to see if it hits? Are we sure that hit?
Yeah.
I'm just kidding.
Yeah, no, that kills him. So he just fucking, the other guy's like patting himself down. He's like, oh shit. As Garrett like just fucking fires one off from the hip into his brain.
I'm gonna Garrett's gonna move his horse over to where Minerva's horse is
mhm.
and cover for Minerva.
I like the idea that those 2 have a thing going, even though his penis doesn't work. So
He's trying so hard.
he's trying so hard. I mean, he probably got a touch of them booblets, but that's about it. So okay, Marshall's turn. Nah. So, what do we need? We need fortitude check for the dudes in the thing, right?
Yeah, 4 vigor checks.
Vigor. Sorry, I keep calling fortitude. Oh, Dave. Okay, so the main dude, he's fine. He sort of. So what does that do? He's not staggered, right? And not blind.
Right.
What's that? It's always this game is always a 4.
I thought it was the caster level or the spirit level of the caster.
Nope.
Okay.
Just straight vigor check. And then let me see.
I know what you're thinking of. That's a different spell, though. But yeah.
So he is still blinded because he's in the storm, but he's not shaken.
Mhm.
That seems about right.
So you'd have to move out of the storm in order to not be blinded. But the other 3 guys are shaken.
This was 116. You said 112.
112, yeah.
All
112.
right. Must be conjured outdoors. Medium blast. Vigor roll or be shaken each round. Any range attack that crosses Twister suffer -2 penalty. Caster can move the Windstorm. Caster can take any of the action. Any other action than concentrated spell, he must make a spirit roll. Its effects are lost.
Oh, it's moving the spell. That's the
Yeah,
spirit.
mhm.
That's what we have.
I'm not sure where you're reading that they're blind. Oh no, okay. Anyone within the whirlwind is automatically blinded must make a vigor roll. Okay.
Or be shaken.
So I'm gonna roll that as like for the turn for the round that they're blinded, So that's fine. So basically, everyone will sort of run out. 3 of the dudes is shaken, and 1 dude is fine, which is the one that was smart, being a smart ass. So they're all gonna, spur their horses probably spur themselves forward. Actually, is what happens more than anything. So they're gonna run out into you guys. And they're going to plow into the people at the front. So I'm going to need a agility from Billy Hawkins. I'm going to need a riding check from Father Tom O'Malley. And I'm going to need an agility with a -2 from Lester.
All right, well, I got a 9.
Yeah, you're fine. Yeah. The reason why you got a -2 is because you're on your back, Lester, if you're wondering. Doesn't fucking matter, man.
Holy shit.
So yeah, basically, Lester, you sort of like kid roll out of the way. Billy Hawkins, he, man rolls out of the way. And Father Tom O'Malley, your horse sort of like spurs out of the way, like you do like a horse sidestep, like from the fucking TV shows or whatever, and you're fine.
Are there attacks of opportunity in this game?
No.
Okay.
Actually, yes. If you're in melee combat with if you're engaged, which is to say using a melee weapon, and they try and leave your engagement range without first doing the action to leave combat, then yes, you get an attack. So, and then the one guy on the left, he is going to, you called down a fucking thunderstorm with these nerds, and he's going to be like, fuck you, dude, and he's going to take a shot at you. So,
Oh, I thought you were going to say, fuck this, and run away.
Actually, you know what he's going to do? He's going to fan the hammer at you. That's what he's going to do.
That little old me?
That little old you. I mean, you fucking called down Jesus H. Christ on these dudes, so...
Yeah, you don't want to fuck with me.
You don't want to fuck with Jesus. Alright, so this is going to be -4. Because he's a buster. Alright, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Alright, so 1 bullet hits you. What is your toughness?
My toughness is a 6.
All right, so he needs a 5 to hit you, which he does. So you are now staggered. Shaken.
Remind me again how to mark that on my sheet. Is there a way
You just
to do that?
remember it. Unfortunately,
Okay.
there's no way to. There's unfortunately no way to do it in this game in the sheet, which is kind of annoying. So it is what it is. I wish there was just like a big circle that you can just click. It's just like I'm shaking, like that'd be cool. But...
just a little thing, by your health.
All right, so Lester, it is now your turn. You are on your butt. You commando rolled out of the way, so you're still on your butt. What would you like to do?
I would like to pack away my contraption.
Yep. Sorry, -2. Yep.
Yeah, since most likely that won't be any.
Because basically, imagine it like there's 4 dudes in the middle of you, and the father, and the son, and the naked booby lady. Amen.
So yeah, no matter where I would shoot this, I would hit one of.
Oh
my
yeah,
friends.
100%. Yeah, and all the horses would get fucked up too. Like yeah.
Yeah, so I'll do that, and I'll take up the only other.
All right, so
military weapon
-4.
I have,
Mm-hmm.
and I'll just try and whack one of the dudes just riding past me as I'm rolling out of the way.
So, yeah. So no, hang on. Putting away a gun doesn't cost anything. The next one is -2. The next one is negative. So -4 to whack a man, please.
Yeah.
And he's on his horse, and you're a kid, so make it -5.
So let me just trade some -5. Equipment, tomahawk.
Dude.
That didn't do anything.
Holy shit!
No, you need to roll fighting for me.
Oh yeah, fine. So that's where I'll need it. Yeah, okay, I thought so.
Yeah. I like the idea that you're running and falls over on a rock or something like that. He doesn't even notice that you came over, like a tumbleweed goes past you, bounces off your head,
I just trip over some rock that was thrown back by the horses, trip over and just bounces into the butt of the horse.
Yeah. Well, it's another round, boys, so let's draw him out. Spoody, you're up.
All right, let's see here.
All right, an 8's pretty good. 8 is pretty good. Drummer, what you got for us, my man? 4, nice and low. I like it. Maleo, what do you got? 7. Oh boy. Hey, all right. Okay, so King acts first. So the marshal will go first. So the people outside of the storm don't need to make anything.
Correct.
Right now. So those 3 dudes are still shaken, I believe. So they are going to make it's vigor, right? Or is it spirit? I think it's spirit.
There's also an unshake roll.
Oh, that's right. I can just do that. Yeah. Fuck it. Fuck it. All right. So let's see here. remove the thirst modifier, and so we're doing 3. Yep. All right, so one of them's still shaken. 2 of them are free. The main dude is going to take a pot shot at Father Tom O'Malley.
All right.
Just 1 bullet though. What is your... Okay, hang on. Shooting. Nope, you're good. The other dude on the horse is going to reload here in this round. And that's it. That's my turn. Oh, and you know, they are also going to like continue to move and separate from each other, and get away from this this whirlwind of death, basically. So now, basically, if you were to move in any direction, you could get 1, but you wouldn't be able to get more than 1. Is essentially what that means. So,
sure.
Speaking about Sputnik, it's Sputnik's turn. And
so,
also Minerva, who's currently a little weighed down. So
yeah, let's deal Minerva first. I guess spend an action for her to stand up. Is that
she's under a horse?
Spend an action to push the horse off of herself. I mean, the horse has.
Oh no, the horse stood up and stood on her. Right, yeah. So
right.
So she's basically got her legs broken. And she got kicked in the ribs, so she's basically sitting there going, you know. So essentially, she either medical aid or death is what she's getting right now. So,
so yeah.
I also want to call into play practice. You're loyal. Never leave a man behind if there's any chance I can help. And I am willing to put your status with your Lord Almighty on this as well.
Yeah, so I'm gonna have to heal her.
Mm-hmm.
And that
hindrances, man. Hindrances.
That is just regular healing, right?
Yeah, so that's just I believe that's a normal one. Let me take a look here. Healing, here we go. So healing, it's a novice, so it's a -2. Laying on hands, touching the victim with a holy prayer. Healing repairs recent bodily damage. Must be used within the golden hour. But, you know, essentially when this combat's over, because she's mook status, which means if she gets staggered, if she gets, you know, hurt once, she dies. But basically after the combat, she'll be dead if you don't do anything.
Right. So I'm going to heal her. So I got to do another faith roll.
Yeah, and -2.
But I want to keep the windstorm going. So first I have to do a spirit roll.
Oh, right. Yeah.
So I'm going to do that.
If it's like, hang on. Let's take a look here. The caster can move the windstorm if he wishes. If the caster takes any other action other than concentrating on the spell, he must make a spirit roll. Okay.
Spirit roll.
Mm-hmm.
Yep. Okay. So I'm going to make a spirit roll first because I want to keep that going.
Sure. Yeah,
Okay.
you're good. Yep.
Good.
Do you want to move it onto someone?
I want to move it onto the leader guy.
Absolutely. There's no way that he can outpace 10 paces within a single turn, so you're good. You can put on him. No problems.
All right. So now...
So I like the idea that all you hear is just like, fucking Jesus Christ, like from inside the storm again.
I'm like, yes, Jesus Christ. All right, so now I will do a faith roll for healing for Minerva.
Yeah.
And that is good.
Yes. Let's see.
So actually the way that works is I'm actually going to hop down off my horse and I lay my hands on like her mangled legs and say a prayer and heal her.
Yeah, and this is there's no like untoward effect other than you just touching a lady, getting blood on your hands, and then the blood disappearing from you and your hands and the wounds, or is the blood still there?
Yeah. Like basically you see her wounds healed. Oh, and I should have done a -2 on that, but I would have passed anyway.
Yeah, no, it's fine. I get you.
But yeah, so basically like the bones reset themselves and any wounds start to heal up and the blood just like coagulates. So she always like the scabs on her, and you can see where the wound has been, but the blood is no longer flowing.
Right. Yeah. And she sort of just looks up at you. On a what? So this is her sort of looking up from a stupor, right? Is there anything like particularly pious about the way that you look?
Yeah, and basically, like, as she's looking up at me, kind of like, what the hell? I kind of do that thing where the priest, like, takes his thumb and does the sign of the cross on her forehead. And I look at her and say, God loves all his children. And then I kind of stand up and...
As you're standing up, she grabs your hands, like, and clasps it in between her two hands. And she just looks at you with these big weeping eyes, essentially. And she doesn't say anything, but, you know, yeah, she will stand up with you.
Nice.
You can tell her to do something if you like.
Yeah, I was going to say, now it's her turn, right?
Yes.
I want her to take aim at the nearest baddie.
One on the left, then. The one that Maleo tried to attack, so...
Yes,
God loves all his children. Now kill.
Yes.
So she will, like, put a hand on you and push you behind her and start firing at this other person. And she's going to take one shot. Which she misses.
And I kind of whisper in her ear, it's all right, God forgives you.
You can get her to re-roll if you'd like.
By using my chip?
Yes, you can. Now, you're using it as a white, so I don't get anything extra here by doing it. So it's up to you.
No, I'm going to hang on to it for right now.
Yeah, so, you know...
I'm going to trust the Malau.
So she sort of turns back and looks at you, and she still has those big wide eyes, and she just sort of smiles at you. All right. Speaking about the Malau, Lester, it's your turn.
Yeah. I'd like to. Can I jump up to the horse? Up on the horse.
So jumping is a part of the movement. So you can jump. It says here to I guess what the two thing is feet, right? Or pace, no, 2 paces. You can jump 2 paces in height if you're sprinting, but for you, because you're a child, that is a 1 pace. So you can jump basically the equivalent. What is your maximum pace that you can jump? 5? 6? I guess it doesn't really affect you then, right? Like, there's nowhere in the book does it say that you're smaller or like diminished or anything like that in that regard. Okay, so you can jump. Yeah. You won't. Horses are definitely bigger than a single pace, though. Like a full-grown horse, like if we're talking like 11 hands, is bigger than a pace.
Yeah. But would I be able to jump up on the back of the horse of the...
Fuck no. You could probably jump up and karate kick it, but that's about as good as you can get. Like so basically, no one in the existence of mankind will be able to jump onto a horse from a run, right? Like you would maybe be able to like jump and put your belly on it, but you wouldn't be able to like stand on its back. There's no way you could do that.
No, I was just...
Now, what you could do is say, Mr. GM, I wish to jump on something in the environment and then jump onto it. And I'd be like, okay, cool. I would require a Benny for that.
Then I'll do that. And I'll toss one of my bennies to jump up to one of the horses.
So if you guys want to do stuff like this, if you want to include something in the scene that you want to use for whatever reason, like say maybe the bar has really flammable liquids in it at this time, you know, you can spend a Benny and add those sorts of minor things to the scene that you can use to your advantage. You can't say there's a vat of liquid under the bad guy for a Benny, but you can say that you know, he happens to be standing on a tavern floor that is soaked with incredibly flammable liquids, you know, like things like that. So
And after
So
I've
basically, everyone's looking around, and this kid's like, ah, with a tomahawk. He like jumps off like a fucking rotting stump or something like that, and then like legs up onto the back of this horse, and kind of like one of those circus performers, he stands on the rump of the horse, and the guy sort of turns around and he's like, "What the fuck? What are you doing?"
and then I like to strike down on him.
Okay.
So -2.
No, movement doesn't affect your actions, so
Oh, cool. Fighting.
don't miss. Yeah. Okay, so what is an outlaw's toughness? Parry 6. You just have to beat it, right?
Or hit or beat.
Okay, yeah, no, you hit him. Go ahead and give me a damage roll, please.
Tomahawk.
Oh yeah, you just fucking brain this dude. You just bring this tomahawk down onto his skull, and I like the idea that it digs. Here's a
high pitched kid just like. "Ugh."
Now I would love to take some liberties here. You brain this dude, and he starts to slide off his saddle with the tomahawk in its head still. Now you can either let go or you can go down with him, because you're not going to be able to pull it out.
I'll then go down with him.
Yeah, it's not going to hurt you or nothing. It's just, fancy narrative stuff. But yeah, cool scene, man. I like that. Okay, Drummer Boy, you and Garrett's turn.
All right, how many are left?
There's 1 inside the tornado and 3 outside of it.
And he shook.
1. Interesting. Well, if actually, yeah, no. Well, it's fine. If you get shook by a non-damaging thing, you still get shook. They just can't act. But normally, basically, if you do damage to a mook in this game, they die, regardless of whether they're shaken or not. So you can shoot anyone and it'll be fine, basically. They all can take the same amount of damage. If anything, leaving the shaken one up means that he has to make a vigor roll next turn instead of actually acting.
That's what I'm going to do. Because he's like debuffed or whatever.
Yeah, he's like debuffed, basically, is essentially how that works. So
I'm going to take out my other Peacemaker. And that damn hammer. It's hammer time.
Are you dropping your other one? Because you can pull out weapons, but you can't put them back in without spending an action.
I have quick draw holsters. Does that mean I can...
You can pull them out, but you can't put them back in. Is essentially what that means. You know what I'm saying? Like, you don't get penalized for being unarmed when combat starts. But you do get penalized if you don't want to drop your gun. Because fan the hammer. Yeah, okay, cool. Just a reminder that...
pick it up. I'm just going to pick it up.
Yeah, you're just going to pick it up. It's fine. Yeah, not a big deal. So, yeah, you drop your gun, pull out the second one.
Yep.
Fan the hammer.
This modifier. How many...
So if you're shooting... Yeah, there's 1 in the sandstorm. There's 3 outside the sandstorm.
One of them outside the sandstorm is shook.
Yes, he is.
So I'm going to do 2...
2 on the outside, 1 on the... And 2 on the inside?
Yeah, so 2 shots on each of the ones on the outside, and then 2 of them firing into the...
Okay, got it.
Yeah.
So give me 4 with -2 and 2 with -4. Basically, same roll as before. Hey.
There we go.
All right.
So those are the guys on the outside. Just let me do the -4 rolls. Shooting.
All right. Cool. So the first one is a raise. So give me a raise. Second one is a raise. Third one is not a raise. That guy oofed, dead as fuck. All right, so the second one is ignored because that's the same attack. So the next one is normal. Okay, yeah, he's dead as fuck. The next one is ignored, and then we go straight down to -4s. Okay, so you got 1 attack, 1 damage in there. And he's dead as well. Good stuff. So he's just like, and you just hear the Wilhelm scream of the leader being gutted inside of the in the sandstorm. And I assume you want Garrett to shoot the last one.
Hells yeah.
Hells yeah. Oh well, let's roll. Shooting. by the way. Yep, he dead. All right, so you guys effortlessly, mind you, well, not effortlessly. You had to heal a companion.
But all you hear is like the sound in the air of like the bullets gone off. So it's like,
yeah, and also like horses neighing and stampeding and running away, sort of thing, in all different directions and stuff.
and I'll just turn around and start laughing.
Garrett will also start laughing, and then he's like, "Hey kid, you should get after that horse."
Yeah.
So Minerva will turn to you, Father Tom, and she'll be like, "Father, I had no idea."
No idea about what.
That faith was rewarded like this.
Faith is always rewarded, my child.
And she'll grab your hand again, like dropping her gun on the ground, like no hesitation. She'll be like, "Teach me. Let me follow you.
Oh, +1 to the flock.
Yeah.
I don't think I could go back to. I can do things, Father. I can cook you meals. I can just take me with you."
My child, you're welcome to follow. I've recently lost my flock, so it's always been nice to have new souls to preach to. Just remember to keep your heart open and your eyes towards the Lord and towards the skies and heaven, and the Lord will reward your faith in ways that you cannot even imagine, not only in this life, but in the next as well.
And she'll just nod eagerly, and eyes wide as saucers, and just grinning ear to ear, basically. Covered in blood. Mind you. Like, it's worth pointing out she's fucking covered in blood. But yeah, Drummer Boy, it's not Drummer Boy, Billy, your horse is still fine. It's, it's not too far away. You can just go get it.
I'm gonna pick up my other colt and just dust it off.
Yeah, you just, it's fine. It's not like you're walking through the desert or nothing. And even then, it's a mechanical gun. It's not like you might have to clean the barrel, but you clean your barrels anyway. So,
yep.
But yeah, you guys.
That was fun, wasn't it?
Yeah, I mean.
Did you see me? Did you see me?
Yeah,
Good work,
that was pretty cool.
Oh, the preacher's saying it's fine to put an axe in a man's head. That's a new one.
Well, when that
Minerva's like, "Hey, you shut up about the father. He's a good man."
When that man's trying to put a bullet in your head, you must do with the skills that the good Lord has given you to protect your own self.
I'll remember that, Father.
Amen or whatever. Let's go.
Okay. So yeah, you guys, make your way. So, I'm gonna say that you guys, if you want, you can loot the bodies, but you'll probably find like maybe a total of like $45 on these dudes.
I mean, I'm looting the hell out of these bodies.
But you get your ammunition back that you spent. They're mostly using Colts. There is a Winchester in the group of them, but yeah, they were mostly, saddles light.
Can I take one of the Colts and enough bullets for an extra magazine?
I mean, sure, yeah. Like, basically, you guys are gonna be able to get just some ammunition. Like, I'm not gonna penalize you guys too much for ammunition. But here's the thing: if it ever comes up that you guys have been on the road for a month or two, I'm gonna say that and be like, okay, go buy some ammunition and just put on the expenses list. I'm not gonna make you guys do bullet counting because that's boring as fuck, honestly. So you guys continue on moving, and I think this is probably a good place for a break before we get into Luddick.
Lubbock.
It's hard to see because it's very small in the thing. So, but yeah, you guys make your way over there, and you know, we can continue after the next. Many thanks to our Patreon supporters for this week's episode. Head on over to patreon.com/Henley to support the growth of Die Hard. We were in the break. We're just defining because there's nothing really in the game right now for taking a mook character and making it into a wild card, which is essentially what I want to be able to do with Minerva. So what we've decided to do instead is we're going to give her a character sheet. She's going to be mook level, but she's going to gain experience, and when she gets enough experience to hit level 20, she'll gain the wildcard status, and at that point her XP will reset, and then she'll go along a merry way again. Cool. Basically. So
is there
what's that?
Just is there a blessing spell that is there a spell that makes sense?
Like a spell?
Yeah.
You mean to give someone like a maybe, I don't know.
Even a temporary wildcardness, like a divine intervention kind of thing. I don't know. We'll talk about that later because it's probably not in the book.
Yeah, well, I mean, the whole 20 experience points, I assume, she'll come in as like a basic level wild card, at which point Spoody can be like, well, I'm going to give her whatever background that I choose, which at this point would probably be the blessed background. So, you know, at that point she will be blessed, but she needs to earn her place in the Brotherhood, whatever that might be. So yeah,
there you go. Episode title: She will be blessed.
She will be blessed. Yeah. Yes. Okay. So Lubbock. You guys arrive in Lubbock, and you know you probably arrived in Lubbock a long time ago. To be honest with you, like the countryside started to change. Like you started noticing a lot more cattle in the region, a lot of shepherds as well, people on horseback, you know, herding cattle, essentially moving them from one pasture to another, keeping them all together. Lubbock.
How big is like Lubbock proper?
Lubbock proper is not enormous, but it is built around a couple of ranches, essentially. Yeah. So in this is basically, I'll give you a little. Does anyone have like is anyone studious or something like that? To have like a skill that might like knowledge. Does anyone have any knowledge or anything like that?
I have knowledge occult, but
that doesn't really help in this instance.
No. I have a knowledge Danish.
No, not really important.
Down in the middle of Texas.
Yeah. No. Or just like, okay. I'll tell you what. Yeah, no. You guys don't really know a whole lot about this place, but it's, you know, what you do know is that a couple of years ago, they decided that they wanted to set up a county. And the county basically represents the area in which they are free to roam their cattle. In this day and age, though, with, you know, the dead walking amongst you, cattle ranching is actually a lot more difficult, and a lot of the money and the profits that they make go towards hiring security. It's less, you know, shepherds and more like gunmen. Literally camping with herds of cattle along that go along grazing routes and stuff like that to stop, you know, wandering things coming and eating their livelihoods, basically. So a lot of people coming and going through that. But Lubbock is big enough to be affected by the Dixie Railway lines, which is, in case you don't know, you probably read in the papers, if you can read, that there is currently a great railway wars, which is the government, in quotation, basically has put up for grabs a contract, which will give the competing railway lines, whoever completes a countrywide circuit of the railway lines, whoever completes the first one will get government contracts and government work for shipping and all that sort of stuff. So Lubbock is big enough to have a railway line going through it, and a lot of cattle comes and goes. It is a fairly new town, though. It was established in like the early 1870s, roughly. And you know, a year ago is when the county was established. So, you know, it's fairly new as far as towns go, but it's got everything working here that you'd imagine. It's got a local sheriff's office. It's got telecommunications through, you know, Morse code and that sort of stuff. It's got horses and little shopping marts, and it's got gun stores, and yeah, lots and lots of gun stores. What was that? Sorry?
Big enough for like a library?
I wouldn't say so. This is a fairly new town. Books are not really on the priority list when it comes to establishing.
If we want to do that, we got to get to Dallas.
Yeah, pretty much. And that's pretty much where you guys are right now. From this railway, you can go either to Roswell, New Mexico, or you can go to Dallas. And they're pretty much the major stopping points along the railway lanes here. But there is, like, you know, there's a lot of what do they call it? A saloon. I was looking for the word there for a second. There's a saloon. There's an inn. It's not as debaucherous as the last town you're in, but people need to blow off steam, and this is a good place as any. So, but yeah, if you want to get weapons services here, you will find it, because mostly wayfarers come here to get work as security men up and down, and there's also a lot of work. So basically, what normally happens in these sorts of places is people come in from working the railway lines and stay, because cattle ranching security is a big business. People got to eat, and you got to keep the damned away from your steaks, you know. So that's the business here. If you wanted to, you can get work on the railway lines as well as travel. So because trains are, as I said before, they do come under sabotage from other railway lines, and they do get attacked by the damned as well. So there's a lot of business and security these days, either way you look at it.
Cool. Oh, Billy's heading to a saloon.
I was going to say, first order of business, I was going to find the nearest telegraph office.
Yep. That's a good question. In terms of telegraphs and stuff like that, there is actually rules in here for how much it costs. So I'm just gonna find that for you real quick.
Yeah. So we should basically try to tell them that we're on our way, because I thought the plan was to head back to Noose HQ to get this bullet casing looked at.
Interesting. I believe it's 5 cents a word, which is fucking incredibly expensive. To give you an idea, you can get a new gun for like $10, sort of thing. You know, like it's
right.
That's sort of the level there. I'm gonna say it's 5 cents a word, but I could be wrong. But you know, it's not something a lot of people do. You know, so
well, I think we can afford it.
I mean, you just got $45 from that encounter that you were at before, which is a fucking good. I mean, like a bottle of whiskey is like 2 cents. You know, like it's a lot of money. So
yeah. So I think I'm going to send a telegraph, detailing. Well, not really detailing, but basically telling them that Wild Creek is cleared out.
mm-hmm.
So so it's going to say this.
Yeah, remember you get like you can shorthand it even further.
Yeah.
You can say
So,
like,
all right. So here, let me actually type this out. So it's going to say Wild Creek
coming.
Cleared. Found info on Cloaked Man. Gained artifact ? Headed back to HQ. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14 words.
okay, it's probably gonna be like $10, but let's take a look.
No, it's $1.40.
It's like $1.40.
Yeah.
It's like it's like 70 cents.
$1.40, 140 cents. Twitter's 140 characters. It's all connected.
The other thing is too, like, you know, you give him you're in the telegraph room, and you know Minerva's with you, and she's like, you know, curiously looking around and poking things on the wall or whatever, and you write this thing out. You slip it on the table at the man. He's got like one of those hats on. He's got like those glasses, the circle rim glasses on, and he sort of looks at it. And he looks up at you, and he's just like, he takes off his glasses, just like, now where the hell you want me to send this?
It's gone to what
Texas Rangers HQ in Dallas.
Yeah.
Probably send it.
Yep.
It's like, he sort of like looks up at you and is like, "You a ranger then? You don't look like much of one."
Well, let's just say
I'll step over and like place $2 down on the table and be like, "Be discreet."
Let's just say we're in training.
He'll take the $2 from you and be like, "I didn't see nothing." And he puts his glasses back on and goes over.
That's a good boy.
To the telegraph office, and he's just like, yeah, and then he will, you know, you guys have sent your message off to Dallas, essentially.
All right. You know what? Can I add 2 words to that?
Mm-hmm.
Please respond.
And you know, the postmaster will be like, "I assume then you're gonna be staying in town. Should I look for you at the saloon?"
Yes, well, I'm sure you'll find at least one of us near the saloon. That would be a good place to start. But I can always check back here in a little bit, see if there's been a response.
All right, why don't you come back in 3 days then? That's normally how long it takes.
3 days? These are as instantaneous as a phone call.
And he sort of looks at you and is like, "Priority is expensive."
How expensive is priority?
He sort of looks at it and is like, "An extra $1.50 for the effort."
Not a problem.
He sort of like raises a single eyebrow and is like, "All right then, I'll make sure that the boys on the other side know of its utmost importance. I will come find you once it's ready. I can't tell you how long it will take, but the boys will know what to do."
Thank you for your efforts and your discreetness.
He like bows.
God bless you.
Dramatically. And, you know, as you're leaving, Minerva's like, "God bless you," and then follows you.
All right, saloon time.
Mm-hmm.
At least for Billy, if you guys want to hit up the gun store or whatever.
No, I'll go with you.
if there's a chapel in town that you want to visit.
Oh no, yeah, there's like a burgeoning church here, as you'd imagine, but
I'll travel. I'll go to the saloon as well.
okay. Yeah, so there's all manner of craziness going on here, and there's a bunch of drunk dudes. Now, what exactly are you boys looking for in terms of entertainment? Do you want to do something while you wait for a message to receive? Do you want to try your hand at poker, gambling? Like, what is it that you want to try and do in your downtime? Are you looking for something to work? Like, do you want work in the meantime? Do you want to maybe put down some Zeds? What would you like to do? And just give me an idea what sort of stuff you want to achieve as players in this game.
I'm gonna find a leather jacket.
Yep. Oh no, that's easy. That's like 10 bob. So
what in terms of gun stores, just like stuff in the book?
yeah,
that they'll
pretty
have?
much. I mean, this sort of region is like the things that came here first were cattle and guns, right? So it's not so hard to assume.
Maybe it wouldn't hurt to like ask around if people heard anything weird nearby, other than Wild Creek.
Okay. Yeah.
Maybe ask them. Maybe describe to them the thing we saw, or the thing you saw in the vision with the guy. Like if anybody knows of any areas.
I mean, you're in smack bang the middle of Texas. There ain't no rivers
yeah, I
around.
know. But,
The only river that's reasonably close by, and everyone knows of this, is probably the Red River, which is literally the borderline between Texas and Oklahoma, or Kansas.
Right. Well, I'm just saying, like, maybe there's someone not from Lubbock that would recognize that description. I don't know.
Maybe like it's a traveled hub, so there's a chance.
It's a crossroads.
What's the fear level like here? Do we get a
level
feel for
2? Yeah. I'm telling you, just as players, it's level 2.
Yeah.
So here's the thing: cattle get fucking hunted all the time here. Like, there are things that go bump in the night big time around this place. It's pretty much why there's so many hired guns in this place. It's why they have a saloon open at all hours. It's why this place has prostitution and stuff like that. It's because the men that work here are the type of men that have come out straight out of the war, and they're good at two things: shooting and fucking. So this is a good place for them to go. The ranchers here are also are mostly converts from like being a soldier, because that's sort of the life they fall into. So there are definitely things out there for sure. They also say that don't walk around the streets at night by yourself, because not that people get taken out of the town, but they wouldn't put it far out of that fact.
So maybe like take a job, sort of like ask the bartender, have you heard any news? Pull a Skyrim on that shit.
Yeah.
Heard any rumors? Because I think like our main objective is to like quell the fear in the area, right? As well as we can.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
So may as well do that in the downtime.
Okay. Yeah. So you'll be boozing it up or whatever it is, and you sort of get a talking with the locals and maybe the barkeep, and it's like, now boy, there's always things out there that need shooting. That's just a fact here in Lubbock. Hands down, no problems. But I don't know if you're the type that would be able to stomach that sort of stuff. Some of the men that come back from those nights, whew, they need more than a stiff drink. Let me just tell you that.
I'd kind of like smirk and like, I've seen some shit, believe me.
An old man not an old man, like a man who's like clearly had way too much to drink. You know, he's got a beard, but the beard is like colored around like his mouth from like vomit and whiskey and shit being pulled on it. He sort of turns to you.
He's kissable.
Oh yeah, extremely kissable. He turns to you and he's like, "How do you feel about giant tarantulas then, huh? Mother-loving spiders walking along the plains, bigger than any cattle I've ever seen, ripping the heads off of men with their fangs. Is that the type of stuff that
have a purpose?
These things ain't God's creatures, Padre. They're straight out of the goddamn hell, I tell you."
Well then,
They can be
maybe I
shot
should
and killed.
introduce them to our Lord and Savior.
He sort of like takes a swig of his thing, and the barkeep sort of like, you know, eyes you suspiciously, and he's like, "You know, I ain't never seen a man of the cloth come in here and toting around how much his God likes to kill spiders. That's a new one."
Well, it's not something I do for fun, but if protecting the livelihood of the good people of Lubbock, Texas, is something that I can provide, well then, maybe I'll get a few more out of my flock just because of it.
I like the idea that there's a man there who's like, "Is Jesus Christ in the job in the business of taking away American jobs now? Is he?"
Well, I'm an American. You're an American. We're all Americans here, really.
So you're gonna do
Wants to be.
you're gonna do this out of the kindness of your heart, then, Padre? Is that what's happening? By the way, like no one's paying attention to a kid inside of the saloon. By the way, like 100%. Like I like the idea that there's like a hooker like teasing you and stuff in there too, probably. Yeah.
I try to avoid the ulterior motives, but if the Lord feels it necessary to bless me with a reward, then so be it. He has a plan, after all.
Well, if you're wanting to go shoot spiders, why don't you go see Waxy? He's putting together a posse.
Waxy, is that his given Christian name? Is that on his birth certificate?
No, the man got so drunk one time he ate a few candles. That's why we call him Waxy.
That's
That's awesome.
What did you call these spiders again?
He said it like I like the idea that the bartender looks over and he's like, "How old are you, boy?"
I'm old enough. Now, what did you call these spiders?
He like leans back and is like, "Padre, you bringing children into my establishment."
The boy goes where he will, but I keep him out of trouble. Don't worry. He won't be drinking any of your liquor, and won't be spending any time with the ladies you have hanging around your fine establishment here.
You know, they do like the fan thing, and then they flick it back and they smile, and their teeth are all gross. You know, like
Billy's like, nice.
nice. Yeah. He's like, "Oh boy, we called them tarantulas because they tarantula over things. You know, these things are about the size of a cow."
Sound like a good target. We'll go see Waxy. First of all, give me some of your strongest screech.
Now that'll be, if you want the good stuff, it's gonna cost you 15 cents a bottle.
Just lay down $2.
Whoa!
Dude, come on. Most people get paid like in the cents, right? So like,
All right, $1 then. Like, strongest.
he sort of raises an eyebrow. He's like, "I got something brewing in a bathtub backstairs if you want it."
Sounds good. If it's strong, let me have a.
It'll burn the hairs off of your beard just smelling it.
Can I try?
No, child.
Oh.
So Minerva will get down on one knee, like after you, and sort of put a hand on his shoulder. It's like, "Please don't pester the father."
Yes, I
Or I'll murder you.
Since when did you get a crush on the father here?
She leans down and is like, just so you know, Lester, flies cause disease, so always keep yours zipped up and closed.
Garrett is probably like a little frustrated, right? Because the woman that he's been womaning with has, for the most part,
Seen the light.
seen the light. Yes, moved on to the big dog upstairs. So,
Oh, and I'll ask the barkeep if he has any schnapps. I'm sure he does.
yeah, he just sort of laughs and he's like, "I didn't figure you the type, Padre."
It's just schnapps, my dear boy.
What about
It
this
hasn't been-
bathtub
it's not-
dip?
It's not been that bad of a day that I need a taste of the old brown fire.
So he picks up a ladle and he puts it on his shoulder. And says, I'll be right back with that. He goes out the back, puts a cork in there, brings out you get how much you give him? You gave him
$1.
$1, so he brings out 10 of them. 10 cents a pop. Didn't think I'd ever be selling that stuff.
I'll pop a cork right now and just guzzle it.
Okay. This is probably close to good, maybe 80% stuff. So,
Well, the stuff that I was drinking before was not getting me drunk anymore. So this is a test.
oh, okay, interesting. Yeah.
The other 9 are going to be for Molotovs.
I figured as much. I figured that's what you were doing.
Yeah.
So you drink it back, and sort of the barkeeper's like, "Oh, wait," and you just how much do you drink?
If it just goes down like water, if it starts to burn a bunch,
I mean,
I'll
here's the thing: it tastes like alcohol, but it has none of the side effects for some reason.
I'll just down half of it, pull it up and wince a bunch, and swivel from side to side, because usually I'd feel something by now.
Mm-hmm. Almost like a what is it, like a you're almost drunk by anticipation,
Yeah.
I guess.
But if there's nothing there, I'll just down the rest of the bottle.
Yeah, and the barkeep looks at you and is like, "Hell, maybe you can take on them tarantulae."
You hear that what is it? Oh, it doesn't do the thing. My water bottle's too full. Just yeah. off of my lips, and then I slam it down on the table. And I'm like, God damn it!
Garrett will walk over, put a hand on his shoulder, and be like, I think I know what's ailing you, boy." Tell you what. Why don't you and me just have a chat?
I'll flip another 10 cents at the barkeep, just to fill that up again.
I'll go scrape the bottom of the bathtub. Puts the ladle back on his shoulder, walks over. All right.
And then I'll go talk with Garrett.
All right, so he will take you to a quiet corner away from prying ears, and he'll be like, "So, listen, don't take this the wrong way, but you smell like you should be drunk, but you're not."
I know.
Now, I ain't a man of science. Never claimed to be. All I know is I had a fucking engine rip my goddamn guts out, and I carried that shit all the way across Texas.
I'm a scientist.
You can't hear this. This is a conversation between the two. Unless you want to sneak up. But the moment you get caught, he'll stop talking, essentially.
No, I'll stay away.
Okay, and he'll say, "So, I think you might be dead."
Tell me something I don't know.
No, I actually think you might be dead. I think you and me might be a little closer to being brothers than you might actually believe.
I'll look at him sternly, because I don't want to hear that I'm dead. I'm gonna pick up a lady of the night and see if my willy still works.
Okay. You go over to Four Tooth Girdle over there.
Sure.
Yeah.
Good old Gummy.
I mean, it's like, are you into gentleman or something? Why isn't it working?
I'll like look down and just be like, God damn it.
All right. So, I was going to, let you work this out by being shot a bunch, but, you've found it out on your own. So, you are what's called harrowed, by the way. And I will let you know what that means. The harrowed. Okay. Okay, so let's see. Okay. All right, so the reason why you're harrowed is because you drew a Joker at the start when you made your character, which is literally why you're harrowed. So basically, let's see here. What can I tell you about it? Okay. Okay. Interesting. Okay. Okay, cool. Just reading. I'm just trying to work out what I can actually fucking tell you, and not a lot, as it turns out.
Great.
Yeah. Okay. All right. So you have a thing called Dominion. It is a new stat trait thing that you keep track of, basically. It
Do I
starts.
keep track of that here?
You just write it somewhere. Starts at 0. Okay. Basically, anytime. Yours will actually start at -1, by the way. So anytime you do things that is, shooting people without remorse, or killing people, or basically doing things that evil people would do, you will lose Dominion. And you're a -1 because of your actions thus far. Shooting without question, asking
What was
first.
the thing called?
Dominion.
No, Harrow.
A harrowed. Yeah, you're a harrowed.
Okay. I'm just gonna like make a thing in my notes to keep track of all the shit.
So basically, when you get put down, you will make a Dominion check, which is you roll. What is that roll? Okay. Trying to work out what that actually. I think it's a spirit roll. Yeah, I think it's a spirit roll. So you'll be making a spirit roll with the modifier from your Dominion, which can go all the way down at -4. Right? And that's permanent. So you can't raise it. Basically, just think of it as your humanity or your empathy for humanity. Think of it as like, giving into the beast, essentially. Right? And once it gets to every time you're put down, killed by your player stats, you will make a spirit check with the Dominion negative added to it, and every time you fail, something will happen. and then something will happen. Yeah. Okay, so okay. Okay. Yeah. All right, cool. Yeah, no worries. All right then. So, yeah. So, you know, Garrett will look across the table with you and be like, the only advice I can give you, kid, is try not to black out. You just don't do it.
I think Billy's just pissed and he just leaves the leaves the saloon.
All right. So there is a posse being formed by Waxy. What do you guys want to do?
I feel like shooting things. Billy does.
Yeah, I mean, the tarantula stuff sounds interesting.
We got time to kill, apparently. So
yeah.
I did get my armor.
Yes.
So I'm tougher now.
Make sure you spend that 10 bob for that, by the way.
Yep.
I'd like to join the posse.
Yeah, I assume everyone would.
Minerva coming along.
Oh yeah, wherever Padre goes, Minerva is followed like a shadow. And what does your attire look like, by the way? Because her attire was mostly just like a leather jerkin, and, you know, riding pants and a little like a hat, right? But do you have any, like, are you out on tour, like showing like symbols, or do you have like a color scheme? Like, what's the deal there?
No, yeah, I mean, it's basically the traditional all black, but like I have like a coat that has that leather armor underneath of it, but it's a black coat. I've got the traditional white collar, and you can see I have a robe. My rosary is hanging, you know, like a necklace.
Yeah, so Minerva will come wearing new gear that looks very similar to yours, except she won't have the collar.
Right.
But she will have.
And I've also got one of those. It's a black hat, but it's like a priest hat. You know, it's like got the big wide brim around it, and then the.
She won't have that. She'll keep her hat. That's the only thing that she'll keep from her previous attire. But she's all black on black on black sort of thing with the rosemary. So.
Sure.
But she won't have enough money for the leather jerkin, obviously. But yeah. And you guys go see Waxy? Is that what you're doing?
Yeah.
So Waxy's got like a bunch. They've got like 5 dudes, right? And he's like, he's standing on top of a soapbox. He's like, "All right, now everyone, what you need to do is grab a bunch of this dynamite, and we're gonna go blow up that fucking tarantula nest that we found. We don't want any more of those things coming around anymore." He sees you walking over and is like, "You folk here for the posse?"
Yep.
All right.
Yes, that's right. We're here to help.
Just so you know, the county of Lubbock will pay for your ammunition, and and after that, you're free to seek additional work after that.
Billy just flashes back to all the times he's fanned the hammer. Free ammo.
Yes.
We don't know how many there's going to be, but it's a giant nest of spiders. And one of the guys like, "I killed spiders on the John the other day." It's like, "No, these things are about the size of a cow. If you get taken by them, I've seen them like eat a man's face off. So, you know, just prepare yourself." But yeah, everyone's in. Take it. We got a box of dynamite here. When we arrive, you just grab a couple of sticks, and what we're gonna do is just gonna blow up the nest as best we can. Close that bitch up. We don't know what to expect, though. Just letting you know. By the way, my name's Waxy. Don't
How'd
worry.
you get that name, Waxy?
My mother had a sense of humor.
Right.
Anywho, well, let's mount up then, yeah?
Yep. I'm gonna pass out some of the bottles to my party members.
All right.
So if we need fire, we got fire.
Okay. Goddamn, I tell you what. I do a lot of GMing. I've done a lot of GMing. But the twang that is required for this game fucking kills me, dude. Every time.
It's not that
Yeah.
hard, partner. Just got to put a little southern spin on it.
It's gotta talk a little slower.
A little slower, a little slower, a
that.
little more determined in the sentences and words you're trying to put together.
So there are 5 people here, 6 including Waxy. So they will act as a group in combat, essentially. So if you guys ride off, you're going to be riding for about a little bit over, just over half a day. You're outside of Lubbock, or north of Lubbock, I guess.
Throw that somewhere else. Sorry, I'm just moving my Herald thing to physical appearance and personal history.
Also, it's worth pointing out too, like, the moment you found out about it is the moment your physical features start to change.
Mm-hmm.
You start to get a little more leathery look to your skin. It might have been that you never noticed before, but you're starting to notice now.
Yeah. Like my hands are a little
Oh,
bit
you're
bony.
terrified of insects? Oh my god, that's fucking great. Like,
Whoops.
Technically, they're arachnids, not insects.
Yeah.
I mean, it would still count. But here's the thing, though. I didn't
And they're the
actually.
size of buses.
Yeah, I rolled on the encounter table here. I didn't just
Are
fucking.
you shitting me?
I
God
did.
damn it.
Yeah, that's what
I
the
fucking
D20 and the
Alright.
D6 was for.
Oh, God damn it.
Yeah, so
All right,
that
that's
was.
fine. Fine. Well, that's good. It's good.
It's not like I planned it. I didn't plan it, so yeah. So you guys, head on out. And you left in the afternoon, and you arrive at like a campsite that was pre-established, pre-set up. And you're gonna wait till dawn essentially before you go out and do anything with these guys. So basically, you're at a campfire with them for the most part. And yeah.
Is there any knowledge of cult stuff I could glean from this, or not really? Or someone I could talk to?
I mean, Waxy might be your man, really, honestly.
Yeah. So I'll go talk to Waxy. Be like, "Do you guys killed some of these before? Do we know weaknesses, sore spots, soft spots?
I mean, it's what can I say? It's a spider.
That's it.
I mean, you've killed a spider before, right?
Yeah, not something this big though. You're purporting they're big as a cow.
Oh, we've seen them as big as a cow. We just found the nest.
If there's a nest, there's probably big ones there.
I mean, there's a good chance. Listen, we saw them eat people's faces off and stuff, so that's
So is the plan quietness here?
I mean, we're bringing dynamite. I don't know how much quieter you can get than that.
Is he being sarcastic?
Yes. At a certain point, things are going to get loud,
And make sure you're right, things are gonna get loud.
Very loud, yeah. Have you ever heard dynamite before? It's like, boom! It's loud. Can't miss it. In fact, probably people are going to come and investigate what it is because, that's just how it goes.
So my advice, sir, if you take it,
I mean, I'm all ears. That's all I am. That's what my mom said. Waxy, you're all ears.
Good, great. Okay. If there's a lot of dynamite, we're only gonna get one good shot at this. Then it's gonna go to hell.
That's generally how it works. Yeah, I would agree with you.
Gonna make the first one count. We gotta get as close as we can, as quiet as we can. Put those sticks in some place that is gonna do a lot of damage. Like they explode. I realize that, but you get what I'm putting down.
Oh no, Waxy here. He picks up things all the time. Don't worry about it. Listen, there's one thing that I can tell you about what my mom said about me more than anything else, aside from the fact that I'm all ears, is that I'm a sneaky little shit.
That's perfect. Great. I just want to make sure we're going into this strategically.
Stratagem is my middle name. I'm Waxy Stratagem Earns.
Boo earns. Holy shit. We're all gonna die.
All right.
So, Dawn, Rosy Fingers, you weren't accosted during the night. You guys start making your way out. Now, the plains of Lubbock are the plains. They're just flat. Like, there's flat land as far as the eye can see. Lots of grass and stuff like that. However, you start to get to, like, basically, like, what I would consider, like, a rocky outcropping. And inside of that rocky outcropping is essentially what could be described as, like, a giant fucking hole in the ground. Covered in spider webs, essentially. Now, what if you guys... I'm going to tell you this right now. I will need a stealth check from the group, right? And the way that's going to work is every single person who wants to make the stealth check is going to participate. And for every person that fails, you'll get a negative on your on whoever's going to be leading the stealth check.
Can stealth is agility?
Well, if you don't have it, it would be unskilled. So.
Oh, okay.
I mean, I guess I'll do it. It'd be an unskilled roll, but...
No, I mean, like, you don't all have to participate. So, essentially, this is you planting the dynamite without people knowing, right?
Ah, so does anybody actually have stealth as a skill?
Nope.
No. Last time we tried to do...
Well, let me check Garrett real quick. Garrett has stealth.
There we go.
Garrett.
Now, remember, I said these guys can make one skill check a session on behalf of the group. If you want him to do that, then that's him.
Well, hey, I mean, session's almost over, so no time like the present.
So
I was controlling him last time, so if he fails, I'm going to spend a Benny.
Okay, that's fair. Now, Waxy's going to go with him. Because Waxy's in charge of the dynamite. It's Waxy's dynamite. He wants to blow that shit up. So,
okay.
We're going to get a gunman roll. He doesn't have stealth. What a fucking surprise. Oh, yeah.
So he passed.
Yeah, no,
Good
he
job,
passed with
Waxy.
flying colors there. So he's going to get a -1 on this roll here. So I'm just going to roll it with an... I'm not going to put the trait test in there, so...
Hold on.
Now, do you want to use a blue one to give him a D6 on this?
I've only got reds, but I'll do that.
Well, red can add a d6.
It can,
Yep.
but I also get a thingy out of that if I do it, if I remember
That's fine.
correctly.
A free chip draw. Whatever.
That's fine. Give him an extra D6.
Can we use a... Master gets a free chip if he uses a red chip. Okay.
Yep.
Cool, man.
Take your chip and give him a D6.
Give me my D6, bitch. Okay.
Like a D6, like a D6.
Hey.
Of course.
Hey, baby. All right. Okay. So stealth plus. All right. We'll roll a D6 on top of this. This is going to be -1 from his roll though. So.
You can put D6 and trait test modifier as well.
Really? Where's that?
Yeah.
Oh, just at the top there. Okay. Yeah.
Yep.
Okay. So he got a 1. So that's 4. That's exactly 4. Good job. So the reason why you need to make a stealth check is not because, you know, tarantulas have ears, because they don't. They don't hear things.
It's vibrations through the ground.
It's vibrations from the ground, and the ground is covered in spider webs. You know, the spider webs are actually used to alert the tarantula, or the tarantulae, or the tarantules about oncoming prey. So that's basically what that is about. Now, Garrett and Waxy, you know, lay out some cable. And they got a big old stick of dynamites, and they roll them up, and they start placing them around the entrance of the spider hole. They make their way back, following the same cord layout that they had previously. And they go to blow it up. The ground shakes. Everyone is clear of the danger. Now, there is a reason why this worked, and there's a reason why you still will be in combat. And so basically, what you guys averted was... there's a thing in this game called a swarm. Now, a swarm is basically... it covers a medium burst template area, and there would be 4 of them. So 4 medium burst templates basically attack you, and that's what you stopped by blowing this up. However, what you are going to be fighting now is something else. You're going to be fighting a cow-sized tarantula instead. So basically, clawing its way out of like another hole somewhere else is basically this mama tarantula that comes out, screeching, dripping ichor from her mouth and fangs and all that sort of stuff. Not that tarantula have fangs, but they look like they do because they're fucking spiders. It's creepy and gooey. And it's fucking hairy and black as the night. And it comes screeching at you guys, as big as a cow. So how much? Oh, we got a whole hour. Good God. Yeah, let's fucking do it, boys. Let me just look up the tarantula real quick.
Is this a wild card monster?
It is, yes.
Okay.
Mm-hmm. See, the problem with this book is that everything's in alphabetical order, and tarantula is at the bottom. So, along with the tappity tap, we've also got the scrollly scroll.
You don't control F it?
Oh, that's a good idea.
That's how I've been doing everything to find it, because PDFs are just fucking...
Yeah.
It's built for that shit. Tarantula.
Do 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 do. No.
Waiting music.
Okay, here we go. Let's get some knowledge rolls going around. Who wants to see if they know anything about giant tarantulae?
I have no knowledge.
Is knowledge occult a thing or no?
Sure, yeah.
Cool.
No Danish, does that count?
No. Nope.
I know it's a big ass spider.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, I'll do an unskilled roll. Can I do that?
Sure.
All right. I know everything.
Yay!
So, how do you fucking know about tarantulas, Father?
What the heck is with this?
How do I know about them?
Explode.
I am terrified of insects and all creepy crawlies. And in order to try and help that fear, albeit unsuccessfully, I have studied throughout the years about all sorts of facts about how to, what they are, what they feed on, how to kill them, all that kind of stuff.
Try to educate yourself out of the fear of them.
Yeah.
All right. Okay. So
that's insane, though. By the way, 2 unskilled rolls this session, both 2 explosions each.
all right. So I'll just read. Yeah. I'll just read what is written here. A subspecies of the tarantula which infects southern western Confederate states. These horrid beasts swarm when hunting. The spider, identified by a unique set of markings resembling, oddly enough, a human skull, has been given a rather colorful name, tarantula, by frontiersmen. The tarantula is believed to have 2 growth stages, one similar to that of the common tarantula, and a second, much larger size. Many believe the smaller spiders, roughly the size of a grown man's palm, are hatchlings. Hatchling tarantula swarms are capable of overcoming prey much larger than themselves. The larger tarantulas reach the size of a small dog. Tarantulas become territorial and use methods similar to trapdoor spiders to capture prey. Only cannibalistic tendencies of these horrible arthropods prevent tarantulas from dominating the South. So they eat each other, basically. However, this creature is much larger than a dog. What you are facing right now...
They eat each other like I can spread some ketchup on them and they'll be like, tasty meal.
So this is called a gargantuan tarantula, is what you're facing.
See that 5 times fast.
Okay, so here's the thing. Everyone needs to make a guts roll right now. Now remember, this is a area of the South which has fear. So everyone will be rolling at a -2 to your guts roll. Now, I believe everyone has grit, and grit also affects this as well. So novices get +1, and seasoned gets +2. So drummer boy, you get a plus. You basically don't have to roll negative on this, but everyone else has to roll -1 because you're seasoned. So
-1 instead of -2.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Well, I got to roll a 4. Fuck.
Oof. And it makes sense that you are scared of this the most.
I don't give a shit.
Fucking tarantula, motherfucker. Alright, let's take a look. What does fear do?
If it bleeds, we can kill it.
If it bleeds, we can kill it.
You can milk anything with nipples.
It's true. You can.
My mother always used to say.
Oh. Wax's mother knows all about milking. Alright, 85.
It's an old Irish folklore. You can milk anything with nipples.
Alright, okay. Okay.
Oh, side note, there was what was it? It was like some theme park. It was a dinosaur, like a Jurassic Park theme park kind of thing.
Mm-hmm.
And the promotional picture was someone milking a dinosaur.
Nice.
Alright, so we got guts, sun skill.
Get up in them
Okay,
guts.
so we need Garrett to make one. Now he's seasoned, so he gets to just roll
flat.
guts. Yeah. Okay. And Minerva, we're all next. And she is not seasoned, so she has to roll at a -2. Oh yeah, she's spooked. And now the gunman. The only one who's not going to make a roll here is Waxy. And the reason why Waxy doesn't have to make one is because he's encountered these before. All right. So now everyone who failed, roll me a d20, please. Okay. So Lester, you start off shaken. 7. Father Tom O'Malley, you start off shaken.
Yay.
Minerva will roll next. So the first one will be Minerva, second one will be the other guys.
Should I roll for Minerva? Well, no. You can roll for Minerva. Yeah, that's fine.
You want to roll? Yeah?
No, she's good. No, she's good.
Minerva just
Good
dies
roll.
on the spot.
Okay.
It's a good roll.
All right. All right. So Minerva. Okay.
Minerva throws a saddle on it and rides it out to the sunset.
No, lower is better in this instance. So, the mark of fear. The hero is shaken and also suffers some cosmetic physical alteration. A white streak forms in the hero's hair. His eye twitches constantly, or some other minor physical alteration. This reduces his charisma by 1 permanently.
Can she get like a twitch where she's like, like her shoulder tries to like elbow herself, shoulder herself in the head, just I don't know.
She's always seeing spiders in her peripheral vision. She's like,
Yeah.
All right, that's cool. She can have that. Or she has like a tick in her eye. She's just like, always blinking now. She's just like, someone say fucking spiders. Like a trigger word is spiders from now on. Yeah. Okay, so just mark that down somewhere so we don't forget. And 14. Okay. The cat. All the men gain a minor phobia.
I wonder what of. I'm afraid of raw chicken.
So if you rolled a 1 through 4, the hero fight's response takes over. He adds a +2 to all trait and damage rolls on his next action. Like that's the only positive one in the entire thing.
Damn. What's that one? 7 or something?
Yeah. No, that's 1 through 4. So the lowest
so,
is 4. Yeah. And if you manage to get a 21 on this somehow, you just have a heart attack and die.
Nice.
I wanted Minerva to have that so bad.
I like the idea. She finds God and then looks at Tarantula God in the face and just has a heart attack and dies.
Yep.
All right, so this will be
Oh my
fun.
God.
This will be fun, boys. This will be fun.
What kind of god would create that? Blah.
So this is how fun it's going to be. I'm making a fucking sheet for this thing.
Oh my God. It is
Okay.
just one of them, right?
Yes, it is just one of them.
All right.
Great.
All right. Now it is also worth pointing out that you will have some. You do have all your flame things and stuff. So
We established last time, fire is great in this game.
oh yeah, absolutely. Okay, so let's roll some sweet Anish, boys and girls.
Sweet and
Holy fuck! Okay, that's always good. That's always good. That's good.
that's never good.
That's good.
When a GM says it's good, it's really good.
That's
for him.
good. Well, I mean, it doesn't have a lot of skills, boys, so at least you got that going for you.
I pulled a king.
5.
Ace.
Nice.
Okay, hold up. I'm sorry. This is dumb, this thing. Okay. Okay, so let's take a look. What everyone got. Nice. So I'm rolling.
So-
The first one here is going to be the Trench. And the second one is going to be the Helpers. Hey, look at that.
So they came back to the main group before they set off the explosion, right?
Yes. So you're all sort of like grouped together, essentially.
Yeah.
Now, Maleo, or Lester, you are shaken. And so is Father Tom.
Shook.
So you will need to I've won to break free or spend some points. Yeah.
How long can we see the spider? We can't see the spider from here.
That is why you had to make the fear check, yes.
All right.
It is probably 10 paces away from where you guys are.
Yeah.
Alright.
I'm just gonna use my Benny, my white Benny, and I am going to shoot at it.
Okay. Make a shoot roll for me, please.
No. Okay.
That's good. It's good.
Yeah.
The gun just goes like.
Nah, nothing bad happens like that. But damn, dude. Okay.
I don't know how to hold the guns or just.
No one taught a kid how to shoot yet.
Not
Here he
prepared for
is,
not
blasting
prepared for the
away.
kick.
Yeah.
Oh well, I'm not gonna use this more. Yeah, that's my turn.
Okay.
Tarantula or tomahawk a tarantula.
Mhm.
That's the only thing I know.
Just
Okay.
go after like the joints and the legs. Ugh.
So next is Spooty McTooty.
Yeah. So how do I do the roll to be unshaken again?
There's an unshake thing at
Where
the
is
top,
that?
up the very top. It's under miscellaneous where you put the trait test modifier. There's a little dice there. It says unshake roll modifier. Just click the dice there. That'll do it for you.
It's at the very top.
Yes, under miscellaneous.
Edges and hindrances.
So attributes, health, miscellaneous.
Very, very tough.
Where your agility, smart, spirit, strength, and vigor is.
Oh, okay. I got it.
Yeah, just click
All right.
that button.
Yep.
Hey, you're good.
5.
Now,
Nice.
do you want Minerva to also do that, or do you want to spend a penny for her?
Yeah, I would like her to do that.
Yeah, you good?
Damn.
So that is your turn.
Yep.
Okay. Now you can move if you want to separate from the group.
Yeah, I think we're both gonna move back.
Mm-hmm. 6 paces a pop. No problem.
Yeah.
Okay. Now the dudes are gonna go. The dudes are gonna separate. Wait, did they got all shaken, right? No, they got a phobia. Okay, they're not shaken. They're all gonna separate and they're gonna start shooting this thing. And Waxy's gonna start throwing dynamite at this fucking thing. It's like, yeah. Okay, so yeah, let's get some rolls in here. Now, dynamite, I believe, is just throwing, right?
That would
Probably.
make sense. Fireworks the same as grenades.
Yeah, that's what I'm thinking. Gunfights, reloading, single. Actually, you'd be in the savage world. Hang on. Actions. Range attacks.
Page 51.
Yeah, that's what I was thinking. It's around there. Grenades, okay. With a burst radius, 2 additional options. Pick and throw a grenade before it goes off. You must make agility roll. Okay.
Oh, that's being attacked by grenades, it looks like. Page 70 is area effect.
There might be a throw in here too.
Grenades, spell effects, and other attacks that cover a large area. 3 most common sized attacks. Small, medium, large bursts. Templates found on 180 and on our website. Oh, okay, cool. Attack with an area effect weapon. The character plays the template on the table. Oh, that's for all that shit. Make a shooting or throwing roll. So throwing. If the attack is successful, the blast is centered where desired. Everything under or partially under the template is affected, rolling damage separately for each wildcard or group of extras.
Now, what's medium, yeah? It's page 50, yeah. 51.
Page 70 is what I'm reading.
Oh, let me just check the table for the gear. It's in our catalog. Okay. All right. Dynamite. 1 stick. 2d6. Okay. This is going to do 2d6 worth of damage if it hits. So, shooting. Yep. And 2d6. Okay. For 1 stick. Boom. 7. Let's see here. Toughness. No dice.
Yeesh.
Yikes.
Yeah. It's gonna take more than just. So basically, it like jumps through the explosion. You know, and the other guys are going to also. So what we're going to do here is they're going to just keep lobbing dynamite at this thing. And we'll, because they're all acting at the same time, we're going to basically just, because there's 4 of them, so we're going to count it as 4 sticks of dynamite going off at once. So let's see if they do that again. Actually, all right, here's what we'll do. They're all going to act on the same time. So the five people are shooting, and we'll see how many things actually hit this thing. 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay, so that would be 4 sticks. So that's 4d6, but an extra d6, so 5d6. We will just count that. 15. Okay, yeah, still doesn't do any damage to it.
Whoa.
Okay. Yeah. It is a tarantula's turn. The tarantula rolls on deep to one of the dudes, one of the mooks, and he is going to attack. Surprise, surprise. Okay. He is going to bite this guy. So I just real quickly need to where is the oh, there it is, melee. Cool. Let me just add this. Bite. Okay. All right. Boom. 29 damage. Let's see if it can do fighting though. Yeah, it hits. Basically just fucking like eats this guy's head off, just like yeah. That's his turn. So you are down to 4 dudes from the team of people. And Drummer Boy and Garrett, I guess.
Oh, shit.
You do have those Molotovs.
Yeah.
And there's look, guys, there is no harm in running away.
Well, I brought the Molotovs. May as well chuck one.
Okay. Yeah.
So throwing?
Throwing or shooting.
Does it?
That's what it
Like-
said in the thing, so.
Whichever one you're better at.
Mm-hmm.
I have shooting, so let's do that.
Okay. And what is there a Molotov in here maybe? Let's take a look. I assume there would be. Really? There's no Molotovs in here? Huh. I guess that's nitro then, yeah? That seems like.
Maybe.
Yeah, we'll go with that. So. Right, roll it up for me.
I'm just wondering if I spend a Benny now, does it count the extra D6 to hit and damage?
Yeah.
Sick.
Just like how if I give you a -2, that applies to both damage and whatever. So.
All right, take your frickin' token there.
Done.
11.
Now add the D6 to it.
I did. Situation.
Are you sure? Because you rolled a 9 and a +2. I guess that's the +2, right? Because the
Modifiers applied. Oh, maybe the D6 doesn't actually do that, so it's 5.
no.
plus.
It did roll. It said rolling D6.
Yeah.
And
Yeah,
then-
but did that
the
add it
D6
to the results?
The
No.
the D6. You roll a 5.
Yeah. So do we add that to shooting then?
No, I think it added 2 because it's already at 11. So
You rolled a 9, and then there's a
Yeah.
+2 in there for some reason. I'm not sure what that is. That's weird. Anyway, we'll add it on. 16, not a big deal. So yeah, this is just write it down somewhere. 3d6 for Molotov. But you also roll an extra d6 because you got a raise.
Okay. So I'm just gonna take out that trait test modifier thingy, and then 46. Oh my god.
That is not enough. It's However, fire does a different thing to something.
I need an extra D6 because I spent that Benny. Right?
Yes.
Let's add this on. 19?
19's good.
Sick.
So you stagger it, which is good. Now let's see. What does the fire do? Where did I fucking see that before? Oh, hang on. I'm
You
always
said fire damage was like 10 damage per round or
hazards.
something.
Fire. Okay. Okay. Even Jones pose. Roll the damage listed below when a character is first burned at the beginning of each round until he is free of the flame. Only sealed fireproof armor adds to the toughness when resisting the fire effects. Okay. Okay. All right. So it'll add 1d10 to the next damage you do to it. At the start, whenever damage is applied, it adds a d10. Is that how this works? Roll the damage listed below when a character is first burned at the beginning of each round until he's free of the flame. Only sealed fireproof armor. So
When he's first burned, and then once at the beginning of every round until he's out of fire.
oh wait, only sealed fireproof armor adds to the character's toughness when resisting the. Okay, so he doesn't get his toughness, is what that is. Oh, I see. Hang on. Right, I got it. So this thing has what's called heavy armor. And that gives it a +4, I believe. Yeah. Okay, cool. So let's see here. You guys, what's Garrett doing?
I'm assuming the same thing, throwing a molly at it.
Okay. Well, I mean, it can't do any more damage because it's already on fire. You know?
Okay, so he's just gonna shoot then.
Yeah. Okay.
Yep.
Okay.
11.
That is enough for a raise.
Sick.
So let's go ahead and do that. Okay, that is not enough. By a long shot.
Did its Is there something about its armor?
Yeah, so
Does fire reduce toughness?
it ignores additional. Like if you were on fire, it would ignore the 1 that you get from toughness because you're leather jerkin. So your natural toughness still comes into play. Like its natural toughness, to put in perspective, is an 8. So at the start of the round, it rolls a 1d10 of extra damage, right? And if it passes 8, then it will be staggered. It'll take a wound, basically. Right? Okay. So that's how that works. So let's go ahead and pull some cards out then, gentlemen.
Sweet.
Ooh, Speedy with that fucking hella slimy. All right, so this will be for the gargantuan, and this will be for the people. Ooh, nah.
Damn.
So the people go first. Continue with dynamite throwing. So let's see how they go. So 1, 2, 3, 4. So 3 attacks. So 3d6 worth of damage. 3d6. Not good enough. Basically, you got this giant fucking tarantula that was hairy and black and gross and dripping with ichor is now on fire, screeching at the top of its lungs, which is fucking disturbing. It's like sort of thing. And there's
again, I didn't
fucking explosions going around, and Waxy's all like, "Get him! Get him! Get him!" And it's just like, just throwing all this shit.
Get him, Paul!
Yeah. Everyone else has got like this fucking sickly look, like the colors drain from their face. They're just like, just throwing all these dynamite sticks. And that's basically what's happening right now. It's just an absolute fucking clusterfuck of shit that's going on. But the gargantuan spider will take his turn, and he'll first roll some fire damage. If he passes an 8, he gets hurt. He does not. Now the flames are extinguished now, essentially, because it is just a Molotov, and it's not like
it wasn't covered in anything.
Yeah, it's not like he's not like covered in Ancient Orange or something like that, right? However, you can throw another Molotov at him. That's not a problem. So, I actually don't think that does it's weird how that works, because I don't think so. The thing that you were supposed to buy in order to make the Molotovs work, it's called nitro, and it costs $1.50 to buy 1 bottle of it. But I'm willing for this fight, because I fucked up. Obviously, I would have sold you the nitro. I'm willing to say that this has the effect of nitro, so it is sort of like an explosion that goes off, and then causes fire afterwards, right? Which is why you did damage. If it was a normal Molotov, you would just put something on fire, if that makes any sense. So that's on me. I'll fix that later, though. It is going to try and unshake itself, which it fucking crushes. Jesus fucking Christ. Oh, man, that's rough. So let me give you an idea. Its attributes are D12 for agility, D8 for smarts, D10 for spirit, D12 plus 8 for strength, and D12 for vigor.
So what's the toughness on that guy? It's like 16?
Yes.
Shit.
Nasty, right? All right, so it shakes itself. But it is now Lord Maleo the Monkey's turn. Lester Stark, how do you do your thing?
Well, seeing that the Molotov worked quite well, getting ahead of drummer Garrett and Father, I'll go light my own and toss it at the spider.
Roger that. Give me a shooting roll. Oh my god.
Wow. Nice.
Fucking clutch rolls all afternoon by this guy. Sure. Give me 3d6, please.
Do these not better, but do these also explode?
They do, but that's the damage of the explosion. It is on fire. However, it does not hurt it, but it is on fire again. Spoody, you in Minerva?
Yeah. I mean, I've got a Molotov, so how about I just chuck that at it?
I mean, it's already on fire. It would just do the explosion damage, but yeah.
I mean, 3d6 is a lot of damage, though.
Sure.
Yeah.
Go for it then. Shooting or throwing?
Shooting. Yeah. All right, shooting.
Nice.
Bang.
All right, give me a 3d6, my man.
3d6. Ah.
11. Nope, no good. And Minerva?
I mean, I guess she could. Does she have a Molotov?
She does.
Yeah. We only have 10 total, though.
So 2 each.
Yeah, well, have her chuck one.
Okay.
Wait, can I re-roll my damage
Yes, you can.
with my Benny? I'm gonna do that. I'm gonna use that as a white chip.
Mm-hmm.
And
You can re-roll the entire thing if you want.
Well, I don't need to re-roll the entire thing.
Well, if you get a raise, you can get an extra d6 on your damage.
Or I could miss them completely.
Well, no, you still take the best one of the lot.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Okay, well, I might as well do that then. So shooting.
All right, no good. But yeah, roll with me a 3d6, please.
Come on, big bucks. Damn.
No
Almost.
dice, yeah. No dice.
All right.
But
Yeah,
it is definitely
have her
on fire now, so... all right, Minerva's doing the same thing?
Yeah. I mean, well, she's got a pea shooter. She can't freaking...
Don't worry, not a lot of people will be able to hurt this thing, so...
Yeah.
Nope, no good.
Ah. Damn.
Damn, how'd you find that? All right, Drummer Boy, you and Billy and Garrett.
Is this thing scared at all of fire, or just like shaking it off? Like
It's almost like a wet dog that happens to have napalm stuck to it, flicking it off, sort of thing. So what'd you like to do? You don't have any Molotovs left, but Garrett has 2.
I don't.
No, you've thrown 2 now.
I've only thrown 1.
The first time you threw it, and... Oh, no, yeah, sorry. What am I thinking of? Yeah, sorry. Yeah. You got 1 more then.
Man. I just don't think this is a fight we can win.
Probably not. This is the type of thing you wanted, though. You wanted to reduce the fear level of the region. Taking out these sorts of things is what you do to do that. Now, here's the thing: you kill something like this, and you will get a purple token in the chest. And when that comes up, that's essentially like you guys trading. You can trade it in for XP, like straight there, like boom.
Mm-hmm.
And all that stuff. So it's actually like the rewards for killing these things are fucking enormous. So, and on top of that, the you can do like
it is taking fire damage, right?
Yes, it rolls a d10 at the start of every turn, and if it passes an 8, it gets damaged. So the problem is you got to stop it from. I mean, Brian, you have like spells and stuff. I'm not sure why you're not using them. You know, like.
No, I know. I know.
Is there anything I can do to reduce this fucker's stats?
Well, I mean, you can think outside the box, you know, like you could target a limb or, you know, shoot it in the eyeball or whatever, you know, like I'm willing to fucking be okay with that. But right now, you guys, imagine it's like a fucking tank, right? And you're on foot. Firebombing a tank is only so good, right? So how would you take out a tank if you were by yourself, you know? Like, do you block its treads up? Do you open the door and throw a grenade inside of it? Do you, like, focus fire onto one of its, like, hull plates and blow it up? Like, what do you do? Like, there's tons of things that you can do if you just think outside the box. This isn't like D&D where it's just like, okay, it has damage, you could use that. Right? The whole point of this game is that you think outside the box to kill these big things, so... And here's the thing, it only gets one attack around. It's not like it's, you know...
Yeah, I'm just reading the range attack options and see what there is. Ooh. Deal additional damage to your opponent, but penalties apply to fighting. Fuck. You know what? Let's go a cold shot head with the molly.
You're going to try and burn its eyeballs out?
Yep.
So that's what, a -4, I think, cold shot?
It's a -4, but I'm going to spend my Benny on it, so I get... so I'm rolling extra d6 on everything.
Okay, I'll take an extra Benny.
Because if this doesn't work, I'm fucking running.
Fair.
Okay. So we'll do a shooting roll. The -4. But I'm going to roll another d6 after this and add it on.
Mm-hmm.
Oh my god. I don't think it even matters.
You just need to pass a 4, so if you get a 6. Wow, dude. Get fucking shit on. Thanks for the fucking token. Damn. Okay, well, you know.
What did I even roll?
It sails off and
2
explodes on the ground.
-4.
On a D10, though, you had a pretty good hand.
What a wild ride. I'm running.
Okay. Running back to base camp.
Yep.
Okay. You know, you start to do that, and you know, there's a voice inside your head that's just like, yes, leave them.
I'm like, okay, voice inside my head.
All right, cool.
I definitely want to leave.
All right.
Do I need to actually do the run thing?
Yeah, do me a sprint for me, please. This thing is about as fast as you guys are, so... Alright, runs 11 inches. No, that means...
11 whole inches. Damn.
Actually, no, sorry, you can't because you did a shooting roll, so you can move...
Okay,
yeah.
so just base 6 then.
Yeah, it's just still 6, yeah. What is Garrett doing? He sees you sprint off.
Can he throw the molly in between us and it to like create a firewall?
You know what he does do? He's sort of like, you're a fucking coward! And then he's going to run at the spider and start attacking its mouth with a knife.
Okay. Go ahead, Garrett.
So he'll do that. And the moment that it opens its mouth, he's going to jump in.
He just jumped in the spider's mouth?
Yep.
Okay.
Like no rolls or nothing. He just does it.
Yeah. It's part of his movement, so he can just do that stuff.
You see a knife come out of the spider's stomach. Just.
Oh, there you go.
Yep.
So I think the GM is thinking about how to kill the thing. It's not like the guy can die, so.
Yeah. I like making you kill your own monsters. It's fun.
Yeah, well, I gotta save my players somehow.
I was running all the way back to town. Nope.
I mean, you can run forever because you're undead, so like.
Yep.
All right, and now we get a new round. So let's see who does what. Booty and crew.
I'm drawing.
And I think this might be the last round for the session. So let's
9.
see what you guys can pull.
Trauma has less
come on.
combat, right?
3.
The spider
I'm
catches up to you and eats you.
Still running.
Hey, Maleo. Oh, sorry. 1 second, guys. We need to reshuffle everything because we drew a thing before. I'm sorry. Okay, sorry. Yeah, please go ahead.
Jack.
Whoa. Someone turned off their thingy.
Hmm?
Someone turned off their thingy, their camera just now. That's fun.
Camera's flipped.
Yeah.
We did?
Yep. I'm pretty sure it might have been you, Maleo, as well.
No, it might have been me. I think I accidentally hit the camera thing instead of my mute button.
Oh my god, you nerd.
I'm a fucking idiot.
So then, Maleo, flick off your cam, I guess?
No, that's fine. I already moved.
No, he got it.
Okay.
All right, so Drummer Boy, you're up.
I'll turn around and draw a bead and just try to take a shot. I don't know.
I mean, you can do whatever you like, if you run more than what you've run now, you'll just be considered out of the combat, and we won't include you in there. But you still have Garrett, so.
Yeah. Well, then I guess I'm just gonna keep running.
All right. And what's Garrett doing?
Attacking the inside of the spider, I guess.
Sure. So where's Garrett? Let's get a fire roll. Let's get a fire roll. And he doesn't cause it's dark as fuck. But yeah, the alright. Spooty. And Minerva.
Yeah. I think what I'm gonna do is let me just quickly see how this works.
You got a spell up your sleeve?
Yeah.
What are you
but
thinking?
I'm not sure if it's going to do what I want. So I am going to pray for smite on Minerva's weapon. So
Okay.
what that does is it basically just increases her damage by +2 or +4 with a raise. Actually, I'm actually going to Oh, it's a range of touch. Yeah. Lester, are you using your fire shooter thing still?
Maleo, that's you.
Oh, sorry, I was muted. Yeah, I can use it.
All right, I'm gonna actually put smite on that, which increases the damage by +2 or +4 with a raise.
Okay. -2 on your faith,
So,
please.
Yep. Do 5.
Yeah, lucky.
Yeah.
So basically, you
For the next 3 rounds, he's got +2 or +4 on a raise.
yeah, it glows with an luminescent blue light basically now. So, so it's a ranged weapon. So it has its entire magazine, which is basically 1 attack for this thing. So,
Yep.
so yeah.
And Minerva, can she do anything besides a single shot, or what is her deal?
She can do whatever gunslinging she wants. So she can fan the hammer, but she'll be rolling at a -4 per shot.
I think she might as well just do that.
Okay.
And I want her to aim for the eyes.
So -8.
No, just regular old fan the hammer.
So
But
she can
all
shoot once and get a -4.
Well, right, but she can't do enough damage with 1 shot to.
I mean, it's eyes, so she can hurt it. She can hinder it.
Okay, yeah, all right.
You know what
I
I
see.
mean? Like,
Yeah, let's do that.
Okay. So this is with a -4. No dice.
All right.
Yeah, so you like, scream at her and she tries it and she's like, "I'm sorry, father."
It's all right, my child.
Okay. Tarantula's turn. Tarantula gulps down our friend. Glomp, 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 glomp. And she seems to be having a hard time moving around and stuff. And then she's going to try to... she sees one of you running away, but she can't really catch up to you. So she's going to attack one of the other dudes, I guess.
What about Garrett that's literally right in front of her?
Inside of
Garrett's
her.
inside and swallowed, I guess.
Mm-hmm. This guy will probably be dead as fuck. So... Yep. Dead a fuck. So yeah. Mook's turns. They get 3 dice rolls. Let's see what they do. Who knows? Maybe they'll be good enough. Fun. So 1d. There's no point rolling that. Can't even damage it.
Well, if it explodes like 5 times.
Was it still on fire?
Yes, you're right. I will roll a 1d10. No good. Well, it only roll it. So 1 dynamite stick is 1d6 worth of damage. So it needs to hit a 16 or higher with the damage in order to do any damage to it. So.
Yeah, so if it explodes like 5 times.
Oh, I see what you're saying. Well, let's find out. And they're not aces that can't explode, so they just mix.
Oh. Oh.
All right, Malaya.
Yeah.
With your holy item, what will you do?
I'll like just drop the gun, drop everything I have, pick out this
So -2 straight away.
Mystery device, and I'm just gonna crank it at the spider.
Okay. -2 on your science roll, please.
What a -2. 2 skill with science.
Okay, that is a hit. So this will be damage, which is what? 3d6?
2d10.
2d10 plus 2.
Plus 2. Drum roll? Anybody?
Hey, no good. No dice. But it is showered in flames, though, so... good job. Good job.
He doesn't get +2 though for damage.
Oh no, he added the +2 on there, so
Yeah. Oh,
you
sorry. I
can
see
see
it.
it,
My bad.
yeah. So good job on that. Wait, did that add it?
Oh. 2d6 plus 2, 6 plus 2. There was a random
12.
0.
Yeah, I don't know what that random 0 is. Doesn't matter.
The
And that might have been
random
from the
1D
raise.
Yeah, the random 1d0 is for the raise.
Yeah. That's fine.
Oh, you got. This is like last turn of the session. You got Benny's, man.
Oh yeah, I'm good. I can reroll. And I can use a blue, which gives me plus.
No,
No.
they counted as white now because you didn't use them beforehand.
You could use both and be like reroll everything and add a d6 to everything.
No, because you're re-rolling the first one, so.
Well, I can reroll the damage.
Yes, you. No, you'd re-roll the whole thing.
Oh. Let me just add in all the modifiers then. -2. Skill. Let's see. Weird size. That's a miss.
All right, so you can re-roll again with your other Benny if you want.
That's a 5.
Okay, so no difference, but you can re-roll the damage once.
50. No.
Oh, so close.
Yeah. So
One more.
that's pretty much the game as it is right now. So basically, we have Garrett.
Wait,
I can't talk you into lowering his toughness because Garrett is inside of it.
Well, no. Well, if Garrett ever does damage to it, it'd be an automatic thing. So, automatic, whatever it's called, shaken.
wound or shaken.
Yeah. So, essentially, he's just giving you guys a chance to wound it, and is basically removing its attacks. Right. You just need to work out a way to actually damage this thing. Otherwise, Garrett is going to be in there for a long time.
And I have one burst left.
Is he attacking it? Does it have reduced toughness on the insides?
Which is why it's automatically shaken every time. So
Okay.
yeah, but so that's what that means essentially. So every time it doesn't, do a thing, it'll take a couple of rounds or whatever. But it's yeah. Have you ever seen Guardians of the Galaxy?
Not
2?
the second one.
Volume 2?
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, same thing. You know what I'm talking about. Anyways, guys, thank you very much for watching. That's where we're going to wrap up this session. But let's do some shout outs. Drummer Boy, what up? Where can people find you?
You can find me on Twitch, Twitter, Spotify, Apple Music, iTunes,
Apple Tunes.
Amazon Unlimited. So one thing that's cool, if you have an Alexa, you can actually just talk to your Alexa and make it play my music if that's something you're into. New album came out last week, so if you want to check out some chill instrumental jazzy electronic tunes, you can do that. That's it for me.
I highly recommend it. It sounds fucking amazing.
Thanks, dude.
All right. Spooty McTooty McFruity McPooty.
What is up, everybody? You can find me on what is this website? Twitch at Sputnik71. I stream video games, and you can also find me on Henley's channel on the day that this is, wherever you are in the world.
Yeah, you're also going to be on the E3 Super Show.
Yeah.
right?
Yeah, and so is Drummer Boy. Are you doing some of that too?
Yeah, I'm gonna be on Microsoft and Sony.
Yeah.
Nice. Yeah, I will be on Bethesda and maybe a little bit of
Devolver Digital. Yeah.
Yeah.
Nice.
Yeah. And Malelo, what up? So, where can people find you?
But people can find me mostly on twitch.tv/MaladaMonkey, where I will be playing games. Most likely not tomorrow, or, well, today for me, since I will be sleeping the rest of this days, and go find out whether or not I maybe start in school.
Fuck yeah, dude. All right, guys. Thank you very much for watching. Everyone take 2 experience points. You fucking nailed those outlaws pretty good, and I feel like you've had some pretty good stuff going on, and you've definitely found a big bad of the world. Whether or not you actually, save Garrett or not is up to you guys. But yeah, let's hope that you guys manage to do what you need to do. Does that put you guys over, or you might be at 7 experience points right now?
I'm at 9 experience points.
Yeah,
One
okay.
more.
9. So, all right, yeah. So 1 more, and then you'll go up and over. I'll make a sheet for Minerva and give her 2 experience points. And yeah, that's pretty much it, guys. Thank you very much for watching. Have a good one. We'll see you in the daily stream. Bye bye.